Go ahead. Make my day.
The first rule of Fight Club is, you do not talk about Fight Club.
Here's Johnny.
I want the truth. You can't handle the truth. This is Sparta.
The greatest trick the devil ever pulled was convincing the world he didn't exist.
You talking to me?
I see dead.
Houston, we have a problem.
Just a drink. A martini, shaken not stirred.
Why so serious?
I'm gonna make him an offer he can't refuse.
Welcome to Dinner and a Podcast. Here are your hosts, Steve, Joe, and Mike.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to episode 61 of Dinner and a Podcast, a show where three best friends get together, share a meal, and a conversation discussing all things pop culture, movies, TV, and comics. Make sure to check out our Facebook page by searching Dinner and a Podcast on our website, dinnerandapodcast.weebly.com. There you can find comic reviews, full comic synopses, dinner and movie reviews, Just a Bit Outside, which is our sports section, and our Twitter and Instagram feed are at Dinner Podcast. Big shout outs to the Geeks Talk Back, the More Gooder Than Podcast, the Blue Shirt Talk Podcast, Not For Nothing Radio, via VHS, Gooners on Patrol, Gooners in the USA. Damn it. Almost had it that time. Gooners in the USA, our buddies over there, and all the pods in the Nerd Podcast Mafia, especially Not Another Nerdy Podcast, and Aussie and the Palm, our good friends across the pond. Also want to say, if you need your holiday cookies, well, your holidays are almost over. If you need New Year's Eve cookies, or cookies for a birthday party,
Because by the time this comes out, New Year's Eve is over.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, you have already heard this one.
Valentine's Day cookies.
Valentine's Day cookies.
Get that sweet for your sweet.
When's Columbus Day? Oh, no. What about...
You can't get Columbus Day cookies.
What about...
You're not even supposed to celebrate it anymore.
What about Little Christmas? You make Schviadel, Marie?
Oh, yeah. Little Christmas.
You know Schviadel? The little...
Oh, yeah.
It's like a giant cream puff.
Yeah.
Right? With a... cannoli cream.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, cannoli cream. Well, if you want any of these awesome, delicious things, check out my friend Marie DeZio. She has a Instagram page at DeZio Bakes, DiZeoBakes. She makes amazing products, cakes, cupcakes, all those types of things are really, really awesome. She's going to be at the holiday party that I'm throwing next week. Or this week, whatever time this comes out. Check her out, or if you want to make an order through her, you can order stuff at DeZioBakes@gmail.com and at DeZioBakes on Instagram. I want to give a big shout out to Not Another Nerdy Podcast. They had their 1 year anniversary podcast last week, and they had emailed us to see if we wanted to say something for them, like record like a little congratulations thing. But it was the week that my father-in-law passed, so I didn't get a chance to record that. So I just want to say congratulations to Tom and Jay Money and Derek on their 1 year podiversary, I guess you would call it.
Yeah, I guess so.
Doing a great job. Keep up the good work. Looking forward to hearing you guys each week, and I'm glad Tom's back for the long haul.
Oh, he's back now?
He's back.
You got to fill us in with the news.
He convinced his wife to let him...
That podcasting was more important than his children.
Well, I guess he was miserable. I think he was just miserable not doing the podcast. And his wife, I guess, conceded and let him do it again. I want to give out some gifts. Joe and Mike, I got you some Christmas gifts. Joe, this is for you.
I got you guys
I know it's
gifts.
after Christmas, but I didn't get to see you guys for Christmas. And Mike, this is for you.
Thank you.
You're welcome anytime. Glad to get you guys some stuff. Ooh, you got me... Ooh, this box looks very familiar in size and shape.
Oh, sweet.
Nice, very nice. Let's see what I got. Ooh, I got two things? Ooh, Mike gets two things too.
Oh, that's a really sweet one.
Oh, I got a Bob Ross chase. Did you chase it down the block?
I did.
Nice.
He got me a Deadpool one. It's Deadpool as a chef.
Oh, that's awesome.
That's really cool.
It's a chase pop. So he's holding a picture, a painting, and he has what looks like to be an owl. Hoot. Bob Ross and Hoot. This is awesome. Thank you, dude. I really
didn't know if you had
appreciate
that one.
I don't. I just have the regular Bob Ross pop. Thank you, though.
The lady in the store was like...
two Bob Ross
They have another one where, you know the intro to Bob Ross?
Yeah,
where he's in
the big
like...
brush and
yeah,
the overalls?
They have that one too.
There's a whole set.
Yeah.
Wow.
The lady at the counter was like, I didn't see this one. I would have bought this for myself.
Oh,
like, well,
sweet. Thank you, Joe. Joe also got me a copy of Watchmen.
Because, we were completely off with our...
We were, and people let us know, and that's all right.
Very cool.
That is really cool. What you get, Mike?
All-Star Batman. I have not read this.
Oh, All-Star
Yep.
Batman trade. Very nice.
I have not read this.
Very cool. Thanks a lot, dude.
No problem. Thank you
very
very,
nice.
Thank you very much.
Merry Christmas. Now Joe gets to open up his now. He got 2 boxes.
Ooh, I got Funkos too. I got Scary Terry and Battle Armor Skeletor.
Nice.
Yes.
Now, Mike.
Yes.
You opened your gift.
Yes.
Would you like to tell everybody what it is?
It is Rick and Morty Anatomy Park game.
Okay. Now, I bought this for you.
Okay.
And I left it on my dining room table.
Okay.
I wake up one morning to go to work, and Alana has
Stuffed
opened
your wallet in it.
She opened.
That's all right.
She opened it. She didn't get to anything inside.
I don't care.
So everything inside is fine.
It's not like I'm not going to open it.
But the wrapping is off.
I don't care.
I just want you to know it's not like I didn't re-gift it.
I don't care. That's fine.
Okay, cool. I hope that's fun. I know you like board games.
I love board games.
The box
cool.
was used as his briefcase.
Well,
thank you very much. Yes,
anytime.
I do. I love board games.
Anytime. So let's talk about Christmas. How was it?
It was good.
It was good?
Yeah, very good.
Did you get any good gifts?
I got Funkos and a couple of T-shirts and the football jersey.
Oh, what kind of football jersey?
I got an Eli Manning throwback.
Nice. Like
You know,
throwback.
they did like the Color Rush jerseys, so it was like a take on like the '90s version. So I got one of those. For
like
Christmas.
Lawrence Taylor type.
Yeah,
of?
yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
that's pretty
Yeah,
cool.
yeah,
With
it's
the big,
pretty cool.
thick red stripes on the arm. That's
yeah.
pretty neat. I find that as I get older, you get less and less stuff, which is fine because I don't really want anything. To be honest, like my wife would ask me, Steve, what do you want for Christmas? You got to get you something for Christmas. I'm like, honestly, I buy everything
get
I
it
want during
yourself.
the year, and it's not like you're making different money than me. We're all just it's all one
our
pot.
money. Yeah.
It's all our money. So I just got a couple of Funkos. I finally got my Marty McFly Funko.
Okay.
To complete that set, and I got 2 art books from that school that I went to, Andy Kubert School of Comic Design. I got an email one day. I was like, you can buy these instructional books, buy one, get one free. And they're $100 each, these books.
Wow.
So I would never buy them at $100, but I'll
But
buy
$50,
for $50.
yeah.
I'll buy them, and I get 2. And it comes with a DVD and lessons. It comes with lessons to do. So I get the books, and the books are giant. The books are 11 by 17 books, and they're nice. They're really nice hardcover books with spiral bindings, and they look amazing. They're worth the money just for the look and the quality of them. And so it has like each page has a lesson. So it's like in lesson 1, facial expressions. Lesson 2, perspective, whatever. And the page next to it is a piece of Bristol board, so that you can actually do the lesson in the book while you're reading the book.
Oh, cool.
Which is pretty cool. And then it comes with a DVD, but the DVDs are useless because they were made in like 1990. And it's just Joe Kubert, the guy who schooled. It's Joe Kubert's school, not Andy Kubert. And he's just like, drawing, you got to practice. And that's like the best advice he can give. Like there's no advice on actually how to draw anything.
Yeah.
But that was that. And I was flipping through Instagram the other day, and I saw an ad for I saw an ad for something that was called the Character Art School, and it was like hey, flash sale. And I'm like, let me see this. I'll check it out. And it was a $200 web course, like 26-hour web course, on sale from $200 to $12. What? And I was like, wait a minute. This can't be right? Like, you're shaking your head, and that's what I was doing. I was like, this can't be right. Let me go to the website and see.
Like Movie Pass all over again.
So I was like, instead of, clicking this link, which is probably a scam.
I was going to say, and now his identity is 6 Russians opposing as him right now.
So I was like, instead of going through the link, let me go to the actual website.
Okay.
Go to the website, and it was like 5 hours. No, the link I clicked was $22. I go to the website, it says 5 hours remaining for $12. I was like, even better. So I checked it. It all checked out.
Right.
I was like, maybe I only get part of the course. Maybe I don't get the whole course. I looked. You get all the parts of the course. So I bought 2 courses for $12 each. I got the drawing course and the inking course for $24. And I have lifetime access to it. It's not like it ever expires or runs out or I got to finish it during a certain time. I can go at my own pace. It's got 26 hours of lecture that you watch, and it gives you assignments at the end of it. They're called modules, which I guess is like a chapter. And in each module, there are 10 modules. Each module has, 10 lectures in it or whatever it is. And each lecture is 5 to 15 minutes long. And you watch them and you do little exercises. And I hope I learn a lot from that, because I'm definitely not going to learn a lot from the other DVDs that I got.
Okay.
But yeah, that's what I got for Christmas. What'd you get, Mike?
My wife and I actually said we weren't going to do presents.
Okay.
And then presents arrived.
As they do.
Yeah. But she got me a set of luggage.
Yeah.
But they're all Boba Fett.
Oh, awesome.
nice.
Yeah. American Tourister this year did like a superhero and pop culture set. So I had gotten my brother for Christmas a Captain America one.
Okay.
And then she said, "Hey, do you want Boba Fett?" And I'm like, we have luggage. And I'm like, they were expensive. And I was like, nah, it's okay. And then she ended up getting me the whole set, which was very cool. I really enjoyed that. What else did I get?
Did you save your ass and go get her a gift?
I did.
Okay.
I did.
Because you didn't originally, because you were like, she said no gifts.
Yeah. And then, like, I knew what the luggage my brother's box looked like, and it was wrapped. And then I'm like, why is there another one the same size with different wrapping paper? She's like, oh, well, the girls got you a present. And I'm like, what girls? She's like, your girls. I'm like, did they get jobs that I don't know about? Like, and she was like, oh, yeah, they got you. I'm like, babe, I didn't get you something from the girls. She's like, oh, no? I'm like, we said no presents. She's like, but it's not from me. It's from the girls. We didn't say no presents from the girls. They don't have jobs.
Semantics.
Yeah. So, but I. So when I saw you one day, I ran out afterwards and spent my afternoon tracking down presents. But yeah, I was able to get her something. I also got a Ron Swanson Funko.
Okay.
Which I love.
Ron Swanson.
From
Anchorman?
no,
Who's
from
that?
Parks and Recreation.
Parks and
Parks and
Rec.
Rec, okay. Who's
like
Anchorman?
it's like my spirit animal. I just sit him on my desk at work. And my
Ron Burgundy.
Ron Burgundy. The managers that I work with got me a T-shirt that says, "I can teach it to you," and then on the back says, "But I can't understand it for you." And I thought that was really good.
That's clever. That's something you would say.
It was absolutely something I would say.
Something you would say.
Because then my daughters got me a mug that said, "We don't need Google. Our dad knows everything." And I was like,
funny.
Like, there's kind of a theme going on here.
Yeah. Today's show is going to be kind of a recap of 2017. Our favorite things. It doesn't have to be a movie or a comic book or it could be anything.
Yeah, just pop culture type things.
Pop culture type things. I mean, for me, most of it was some type of movie, comic, or TV show. I don't do much else, but I tried my best. I did play a game today. That's probably my favorite game of the year, only because I don't play many games.
What'd you play?
Yeah, we'll get to it.
A board game or a video game?
It's a little bit of both. I'll tell you when the time comes. But Joe, you got any news first?
Oh yeah, I got tons of news. Because we haven't met with
ages and ages.
Weeks?
Well, we took a break for the holiday and stuff that was going on.
Did your kids have a good Christmas?
My kids had a great Christmas. Now, it's hard for me because I grew up getting a billion gifts every Christmas.
Right.
And I don't want that for my kids. And it sounds really hypocritical and it sounds very mean. But I don't think at 4 years old they understand. I want them to appreciate the gifts that they're getting.
Right.
And
just like you did?
No, not like I did. Because I didn't. That's the thing. I didn't appreciate my gifts at 4 years old. Oh, that's not true. I appreciate it, except that one Christmas. But
the Christmas that shall not be mentioned.
But the thing is, I didn't get a billion gifts from every family member.
Right.
I bring these kids to 3 different houses, or 2 different houses, my parents and his parents, and 1,000 gifts are given by everybody. So this kid comes home with 3,000 gifts. He doesn't know what to do first.
Right.
At least in my house, my grandmother got me probably just a card with money in it. My other grandmother gave me socks that she bought 5 years ago that she was hoarding in the basement that she just was waiting to give to somebody because that was my other grandmother. And I got everything from my parents or Santa Claus or whatever.
Right.
So the majority of the stuff was from my parents. The other stuff was maybe a gift here, a gift there. My godfather or my godparents might have got me one little thing and a card with money in it. But he wakes up on Christmas morning. He goes downstairs. He's just opening things, putting it to the side, opening something, putting it to the side, opening something. He's not even looking at the gifts. He's it looks like all it is a gift opening contest.
Right.
That doesn't go away though.
No, I know. But then
mine are 10 and 8.
Yeah.
And we came in Christmas Eve late.
Okay.
3:00 in the morning.
Wow.
My wife's family is restaurant family, so they don't get out of work till late.
Right.
So we were hanging out at the house till all the different people got home, playing cards, whatever. We got home about 3:00 in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
Put the kids to bed. Then we start laying out all the cookies and all that stuff and, kind of tidying up because I always do breakfast the next morning, so I'm cleaning up the kitchen. We go to bed at 6 a.m.
Oh, my God. You get up at 6:30?
6 a.m.
Yeah.
8:30, Isabella runs into our room. She has a minion fart gun.
Yeah.
And that's just going off. She's like, this is the best way I could think to wake you. And I was like, all right. And, by 9:05, wrapped up, done, everything open.
Yeah.
And, I spent more time setting it up the night before. I didn't sleep.
Yeah.
So that and they were like, that was good.
Yeah.
You making breakfast now?
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
Like-
that never goes away.
And then we went to my in-laws, and he
Same
had
thing.
15 gifts there. Then we went to my parents' house, and he had 20 gifts there. And then we were going to my sister's house, and she had 7 gifts for him. Like, now, that's fine. That's all fine and
Right.
good. We didn't have to do that. Me and my wife.
Right.
If it was up to me, spend $200 bucks. It's not up to me at all, because I didn't even know what she bought. Like, I saw it all for the first time when he opened it, to be honest with you. $200 bucks, you get each kid 4 gifts, 5 gifts, and they'll appreciate those 5 gifts. They'll play with those 5
Yeah.
gifts. You know, and then other people can give them a whole bunch of stuff. And then, like, dude, you have to see my basement right now. It's full of, like, almost replica toys that he got from last year. Like, all these, like, half, almost, they're not houses or, they're like buildings, but they're like the facade of a building.
Okay.
Because, like, picture Castle Grayskull.
Right.
But just the half of it. Like, you know how it open and close
Right.
like a clamshell? Just picture half of that. That's what the toys are now. They're all like half facades of you know, the Batcave or of a bank or of a saloon or whatever it is that the kids play with. Teen Titans.
A saloon.
No, if you buy the cowboy one, you buy the cowboy themed one or something. You know?
The saloon playset.
But, like, he has like
Get
15
your
of those.
alcoholism in early.
Yeah.
I gotta go
But-
return my gift for his son.
You got your crack house. Just the front, though.
But I don't know. I just let it happen.
What are you gonna do?
What am I gonna do? Fight with
Yeah.
my wife about it?
You-
She wants to get him 1,000 things. Let her get 1,000 things.
It is nice to be in a position where you're well off enough to take
Yeah.
care of your kids.
You're absolutely
Yep.
right.
Because
So-
it isn't about you anymore.
No,
it's about
definitely
them.
not. Yeah.
Sorry, Joe, I
Oh,
interrupted
no,
your
no.
news.
We didn't even start the news. So last week we talked about Tarantino doing Star Trek.
Yes.
Yes.
So a big name came out and said that he would be interested in working with Tarantino,
Who was that?
and that's Patrick Stewart.
Oh,
Someone asked him if he would reprise his role
Professor
as
X.
What?
Professor X. He played Professor X, right? In
Yeah.
X-Men?
Oh
but
yeah.
Yeah.
Captain Picard in
Yes,
Star
I know.
Trek.
Jean-Luc
Oh,
Picard. Again, I know.
Anyway, they asked him if he would reprise that role. He was like, I don't know. It's kind of hard to do that character again in the right way. If the circumstances were right, he would do it. And he goes, I really, really want to work with Tarantino.
Right, but Tarantino would be writing not for that crew. No, why would he go back and do... Like, they haven't made one of those movies in a decade.
I know. But what if they tie him in somehow? Time travel, whatnot.
No, time travel, like, if you're a Star Trek guy, like, that was the big thing with the new movies. They erased the old timeline. I mean, I like Jean-Luc Picard. He's...
Does it have to fit in with the other ones? Can it just be like an Elseworld story kind of thing?
Oh,
they've-
yeah.
They've never done that.
Yeah.
I mean, Tarantino's the guy to do that, but I don't know.
It would make it very interesting.
No, I'm not opposed to it. Like, I just like the new crew a lot.
Right.
I really do. So I would just stick with the new crew.
Okay.
But I really like the new crew. I think Chris Pine is really good as Kirk.
Oh,
I
I
think
love
he's
it.
great as Kirk.
Yeah.
He's great. I like Bones. Bones is great. What's his face? The guy who's the Judge Dredd?
Carl Urban.
Carl Urban.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's great.
Yeah, no, I like, and I think Zachary Quinto is really good as Spock.
He is good as
Oh,
Spock.
he's fantastic.
Yeah, that cast is really good. I mean, Chekhov's gone now. The kid
Yep.
who played Chekhov
Is
got
he?
killed.
Oh, okay. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, but Sulu and
He's in Mission Impossible, right? That guy?
He was, yes.
He was, yeah.
who?
The
Chekhov? Was he?
think so.
I think so.
Oh no.
Scotty.
Scotty was.
And like
Right.
they're all good, and even Uhura is what's her name? Gamora.
Yep.
Yeah, she's great too.
Yeah, that whole
She's
cast is excellent. They
Sulu, who's good.
Yeah, that's why I'd rather see that cast. Not that I don't like the old cast, I just really enjoy the new one.
I think you go completely different. Do it up completely different. New cast, new everybody. One shot. Nothing can, because you know Tarantino's not going to do a sequel to it or
No,
trilogy.
apparently he wants to blow out an episode from The Next Generation.
Oh, okay.
Like he wants to take one of those as like the framework and
Yeah.
build it big.
I would
I guess
go
that
there.
was his pitch. He pulled a couple where they time traveled
Okay.
or went like in the holodeck and were not on. There's a lot of Star Treks where like they went into the holodeck and they were in the Wild West, or they went
Right.
back in. They went to a planet where they were back in time, or they went and something in space took them to an alternate reality. He wants to play on one of those. So he could tell a Star Trek story, but not really tell a Star Trek story, if that makes sense.
Right.
Just those characters in another genre, because he likes doing genre films.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like Tarantino. I
Oh,
love
yeah,
him
it'll be
so
good. I'll
much.
definitely see it.
I finally got through Hateful Eight from beginning to end.
That's good.
It was all right.
It was all right. It wasn't bad. I enjoyed it. I always turned it on at the same point when Sam Jackson gets in the stagecoach. I'm like, I'm not watching this scene again. I've watched this scene six times.
It's low. That movie's very low action.
Oh yeah,
but
I loved it.
The dialogue's very good. The tension's constant.
The twist was great.
Yep. I really enjoyed that movie.
Yeah. So we're big on trailers on this show.
Well, two of us
some
are.
of you are.
We're going to talk about 2 trailers today.
Yeah.
There's a couple really cool ones came out.
The first one was Ready Player One. Did you guys catch it?
I did catch it before Star Wars.
Yeah. What'd you think?
Looks awesome, dude.
Did you catch all the Easter eggs?
Oh, this so it's not even like a trailer. It's just like
look at this.
Look at all the Easter eggs.
Look at all these things you like.
Yeah.
It was very the DeLorean heavy.
Right.
That's all I really remember. Yeah, that's all I really remember.
But like in that scene where they're kind of like, you see the 1969 Batmobile, the Mach 1, the A-Team van.
I remember the A-Team van.
There's a lot of Street Fighter characters throughout the trailer. The Joker's in it.
The Joker's in it?
The Joker's in it.
Yeah, I have a feeling he's going to make a lot more 90s references than 80s references like the book had. The book was full of 80s references, right? But when I read that book, I myself said, as a child of the 90s, not really the 80s, I would rather see 90s stuff. And I think he's writing for that audience. Like the 18 to 20 or 18 to 40, right? That's who you sell movies to. Like those are your big spenders. Males 18 to 40. They didn't grow up in the 80s anymore. They grew up in the 90s and the 2000s.
Yep.
So that's where your references come from.
That's
it
why
looks
you
great.
have the Iron Giant.
Yep.
Correct. Like that's not an 80s reference. Like that stuff wasn't in the original.
The 80s stuff that is in there is really iconic. Though,
Correct.
Yeah.
Which is recognizable by everyone, no matter
like
what age.
the DeLorean.
The DeLorean. Freddy Krueger was in that, I think.
Oh yeah.
King Kong.
Yeah, stuff like that.
I'm excited to see it. I like the idea of Steven Spielberg going back to like
what he does best.
You guys know, like, I'm the pop culture guy, right? Like, I've been doing history, but you've all been having fun with your Star Wars and your Avengers. Watch this.
Yeah.
Like, I'm the guy who invented this.
This might be my second most anticipated movie of 2018.
Behind Infinity War?
Yeah.
And Black Panther?
Yeah.
This really looks good. My only concern with this is it's going to be so reference and pop culture heavy. You're going to be like, all right, I get it. It's a DeLorean with the Ghostbusters logo and like enough.
Yeah.
Like, that's my only thing. Like it's so reference heavy.
You think
the book's great? I love the book.
You don't think Spielberg can find a good balance?
No,
for
there's
that?
anyone who can. It's him.
Yeah.
Like I have complete faith that he's going to be like, I'm back to form.
He's the director.
All
right.
Yeah.
All right.
So
cool.
And the other trailer that I watched was Ocean's 8.
I thought I saw a teaser for this. I don't think I saw a full trailer.
No, there's a full-on trailer now.
Because I know that it's a thing, and I'm like, well, I must know it's a thing because I saw a trailer for it. But was Brad Pitt in it?
No, it's
all ladies.
All female cast.
Oh.
So it's
Kate Blanchett, Sandra Bullock's the main character.
Is an ocean.
Yep.
I definitely didn't see this.
Now I don't know if is she like are they just
Which ocean is she?
Well, that's my question. Yeah.
Well, Nicole's like Ocean's 8. I don't remember. Did they do Ocean's 15? I'm like, no. I think the number is how many people are involved in the heist.
It is.
Right?
It is.
Yeah.
So she puts together some heist to steal. Looks like jewelry from like an awards show. You know, they all wear really expensive jewelry. She's gonna steal something from there, and she gets out of prison just like Danny Ocean does in the first one. So my question is this like an ex-wife or a sibling, or are they just going, no, Danielle Ocean, which I'm cool with. I'd be cool with that too. But it'd be really good if they could link it
to
the other ones. Yep. And then if this does well, you could do Ocean's 38 and have the two crews together.
Ocean's 38.
101 Oceans.
It didn't look bad. It didn't look bad at all.
I didn't see it. I just heard of it.
Yeah.
I guess, yeah.
But it's like a who's who of female actresses.
Oh my god, yeah. It's all heavy hitters.
It might have been in the Fathom part. You know that part at the beginning of the movie that like shows you like
I saw it on the internet. It wasn't in front of
No, it wasn't on
Star Wars. I saw it on I watched the YouTube
I think it came
video.
out after Star Wars.
Well, I only saw Star Wars today.
Okay.
Yeah.
But yeah.
No, Star Wars had Mortal Engines, which you haven't seen yet.
No.
That looks good.
So that's based on a book series that I guess was hugely popular because it's steampunk.
When did it come out?
The trailer?
No, the books.
They're old.
Okay.
They're like a decade old. But apparently it's a post-apocalyptic world where instead, like, you know, like the Road Warrior, you're out on the road. Instead of doing that, people just built up from like one vehicle to entire cities on like tank treads moving through the world. And cities would fight cities.
I definitely did not see this.
So the movie, the trailer is like this little city and it's you do think it's a giant city, and it's like traversing through a blasted, like war zone.
Okay.
And then all the people in the city look up and they're like, "What's that?" And they're like, "It's London." And it's this giant city, and it eats the smaller city.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
I definitely didn't see this.
I don't know. I didn't read the books. I have no idea, but people said the books are amazing. But it's steampunk, so
Right.
like if that speaks to you, I've never been into steampunk. I don't think I wouldn't be. I just have never read anything or gotten into anything steampunk.
I walked out on Infinity War trailer. Nicole
course you did.
Nicole texted me when it ended.
Did she like it?
Well, I went in. I was like, "Was it good?" She goes, "Yeah, it was real good."
It's really good.
She was like, "It doesn't give anything away." I'm like, "I don't care.
It's
I don't
really
care.
good. Not anything we didn't spoil for you.
We spoiled it for you, so you could just watch it and enjoyed it.
No, I'm good."
By the way, when I re-listened to that episode,
Yeah.
that was my favorite part.
No, my favorite part was when you're like, "Come on, kids, Uncle Steve's got glove money." That was my favorite.
We'll leave and he's got glove money.
That was so great. I like editing it. I just die laughing. But one of the other ones I saw was Quiet Place. A Quiet Place. That was with Jim from The Office.
Oh,
That wasn't in front of mine.
I
Him
saw
and his
that.
family live in like the woods, and they have to be super. They can't make any noise because there's something in the woods that hunts them. That can only hear noises. They don't. As long as they don't hear you, then the whatever it is, the demons or whatever, don't find you. So like they're playing like Monopoly, and they're rolling the dice on like carpet so that they don't make noise.
Really?
And all the Monopoly pieces are just like little pieces of felt instead of the actual like
Right.
thimble. They're like little felt pads.
Lint.
Yeah, like lint kind of things like that. And they have paint on the floor to where to step so it doesn't creak.
Really?
And then the son accidentally knocks something over, and then all hell breaks loose. Whatever it is comes looking for them. But it's Jim from The Office.
Oh no, I didn't. That wasn't in front of mine. 'Cause,
Yeah.
Wrinkle in Time was the new Disney one,
No, that wasn't in front of mine.
which is based on a book.
right.
Saw that one.
We got.
Is that
Julie
Oprah?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oprah and Zach Galifianakis.
Right.
Okay.
I got Julie the book for Christmas.
Oh, nice.
Because
But they showed that to us at Super Bowl.
Yeah, they did.
that trailer.
Not the
probably
trailer,
a
but they probably
teaser.
showed you a little teaser.
Oh, this
of it.
was like a full-on trailer. Like
Yeah.
Chris Pine's in
Right.
it, and it was full-on trailer.
Yeah.
And they had a Annihilation,
I didn't get that one.
which
either.
was another all-female cast, but Poe Dameron, what's his name?
I don't know his real name, but yes, you can call
The
it
actor.
that.
He's like a scientist who goes into like a vortex that exists somewhere in the world,
Yeah.
and goes off to another time-space dimension. Comes back ill. His wife then goes with the military team into it, and it's like an alternate reality full of monsters and stuff.
Wow.
It looked really good.
I got the Kevin Spacey movie where they took him out of the movie, the one with Getty, the one about Getty.
Okay,
I forget the name of that one. Oh no, was that out now? I
that's
can't
out
remember.
now.
No, yeah. So I saw that one. That was before Murder on the Orient Express. I can't remember any other ones.
And I got Battle Angel.
What's that about?
Lolita Battle Angel.
I remember seeing some type of anime. This must have been it.
It is based on a comic
Okay.
Or a
about.
manga or
Oh, I don't know. Probably a manga.
Yeah.
Or it could have been an anime for all I know.
Right.
About in the future, I guess there are fighting
what's the name
fighting
of it?
robots. Lolita Battle Angel, I think.
I saw something called Anika.
Anika Battle Angel. Right, that was it.
Yeah, I
it
saw
looks
that.
amazing. It's Robert Rodriguez
Yes,
directing.
this looks very
and
cool.
James Cameron producing.
Yeah.
Really?
No, dude, this looks cool, man.
It looks insane. The only the main character is, I guess, a battle angel, which is like a fighting robot.
Yeah.
And they gave the human anime giant eyes.
Yeah.
Which is weird.
I remember watching the trailer, and I'm like, well, this had to be a manga. And I looked,
Yeah.
and it was.
Yeah,
It was.
manga, okay.
Yeah, it's straight from there.
Dude, it looks amazing.
And I
It's
saw-
all like kung fu. And,
Interesting.
Like, I'm loving
Yeah.
this stuff.
Right?
Like, I just started getting into this with the Ghost in the Shell stuff, and I love it now.
Yeah, this looked right up your alley.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
There's lots of cool trailers. Lots of stuff. I'm sure when I look back at this year, I was like, all this came out this year?
Yeah.
Next year's going to be the same
Yep.
thing.
Next year's crazy.
Speaking of things coming out, we have a bunch of movies that are coming down the pike that you might like and you might not.
Okay.
So the first one's going to be Deep Blue Sea 2.
Is that the shark movie?
Yes.
With Blake Lively?
Yep. No.
That's
Samuel L. Jackson, LL Cool J,
Oh, Christ.
but no one survives that.
The Punisher.
Thomas Jane. The
Thomas
first
Jane and
Punisher.
LL Cool J survive.
Yeah. No.
What's the
LL
name of
Cool
the
J
movie?
survives?
Yes.
Into the Blue?
No, that's
Deep Blue Sea.
Oh, Deep Blue
Sea.
Sea.
It's going to be on Sci-Fi though,
Okay.
and that's going to come out in 2018.
I have no real desire to see that, but I mean, I love the
Come on,
first
Mike.
one.
Deepest, bluest. My head is like a shark's fin.
The first one's great because it's so ridiculous and over the top. They genetically engineer sharks to be smart,
Yeah.
and then the sharks obviously,
Take over?
yeah,
Okay.
take over their sea base.
I'm in.
I'll wait till that comes out on DVD.
It's a sci-fi movie.
Cody. Oh, it's sci-fi?
Sci-fi.
The
It's free.
scene in that first one where isn't it LL Cool J who's talking by the water?
Yep.
And the shark is it Samuel L. Jackson? He's like giving a speech by the edge of the tank, and the shark just jumps out of the tank, grabs him, pulls him back into the water, and
Shark fucking ate me.
Yeah. It was It's a really mindless, silly, fun movie.
Oh, it's
the first
great.
One. Yeah.
The second one's going to be Lethal Weapon 5.
No, thank you.
With
Now,
Danny Glover?
Danny Glover and Mel Gibson are both on board.
All right. Look at Mel Gibson making a comeback.
Richard Donner's writing the script.
Okay.
When I read it, I was like, I don't know about this. And when I saw all these guys were on board to make the movie, I'm like, you know what?
No thanks.
I'll
We already
watch it.
got one.
I'll watch it.
Are their sons going to be like the new trainees in the police force?
I have no
hate that
idea.
crap.
Like he was ready to retire.
Yeah.
In the first movie.
Yeah. I'm too old for this shit.
Yeah, that was the line from the first movie.
Right.
It's what was that? 20 years ago.
Had to be at least 20 years.
It's probably more than that.
Yeah.
Yep.
So
Now
I'm really too old for this shit.
Oh, come on now.
I can't.
It'd be funny if he was dead, and it's just his Riggs is crazy, and it's his ghost he sees the whole time. Only he sees him. You're too old for this. I am.
I'm too dead for this shit.
Yeah.
Well, you got. Doesn't Danny Glover have a famous son, or is that guy not related at all?
Donald Glover?
Yeah.
Is that it? I don't think that's his son.
Is that no relation?
I don't
They're
know.
related.
Okay.
Could be. I don't know.
The other one is a favorite of ours. Willow.
Oh, they're making a new one.
Spielberg gonna do it?
Ron Howard and it was Ron Howard and George Lucas. who
Have you
did it.
liked?
Oh, is it Ron Howard?
Yeah.
Have you liked anything Ron Howard has done? I liked Rush. That was a really
Apollo
good movie.
13.
He did Apollo 13.
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
Did he? Am I misspeaking there?
I have no idea.
Think so.
I have no idea.
Yeah, he's a pretty good director if I'm right. He's kind of like vanilla and middle of the road.
Because I know
Yeah.
he had something to do with Dark Tower, and that was a big flop.
Yeah.
Did he direct it?
I don't think he
like that.
directed it. He definitely didn't direct it. I don't think. But he had something to do with
A
it.
Beautiful Mind.
Oh, okay. Good.
I love that.
All right, he's very
right.
Good. All right.
Apollo 13.
Yeah. Just making sure. Why I asked. I gotta ask questions. I don't want to,
Splash.
splash.
Yeah.
Is that a mermaid?
Yeah, like the 1980s
Yeah,
movie.
yeah.
That was really good. Rush is on there.
Rush is great. Did you see Rush?
No.
Rush is
No.
really good. It's about Formula One racing in the 60s and 70s.
The Grinch.
Is that
Thor's
with
in it.
Thor? Yeah,
I think it's really
seen that.
good. He did the Grinch. That's
the
terrible.
Jim Carrey one.
That's awful.
Yeah.
What?
That's terrible.
Beautiful Mind. I love.
Beautiful Mind's very good.
Da Vinci Code.
Yeah, all those.
Cocoon. Oh, he did do Willow. You're right, Joe. I was mistaken. Backdraft.
I love
Okay.
Backdraft. That's Alec Baldwin. No,
Far and Away. Ransom.
Stephen Baldwin. I don't know. One
He
of
did a
them.
lot of movies. Jesus. Yeah, I guess there's some that are really dull, but some are really good.
There you go. All right. Apollo 13. That's a see.
Well, you know what
a
will
good
be
one.
the big test for him? Whether or not he makes Han Solo any good.
Oh yeah.
Is he the director?
He's the new director.
Okay. Oh, that's right. Yeah, we talked about that.
But Willow's gonna be a Disney movie. Was the first one a Disney movie?
No, but I'm sure Disney bought out whatever
Oh,
company
okay.
that was. Yeah, well, I bet you the first one was Fox.
Fox probably.
Yeah, I'm going to pull it up right now, Willow.
Well, the other one that's coming
Mad
out.
Mardigan's in Willow. That's my favorite. That's the Swordman.
Oh,
It's
yes.
Mad Mardigan.
Yeah. This one I'm not excited about at all. G.I. Joe 3.
No, thank you.
Release date of 2020.
Same cast?
I have no idea. I really don't
No,
care.
everyone died, right, in the first one? Second one?
Reboot? No, it's not.
No, they
It
all
was a
survive.
three.
Like, wherever the characters are, they survive. I won't go watch it. I'm sorry. I give up.
Yeah, I'm not going to go see this. I
Yeah.
didn't see the other two in the theaters.
I saw the other two in the theaters, and I will probably see this one in the theater, but they're not going to get it right. They're just not.
This is
No.
your Transformers, though.
Oh,
Yeah, not
yeah.
as bad, though.
No.
I also...
No, they're not as bad. I'm saying, for me, like, I have to, like, no matter how
Yes.
hard I say I'm not going to see them,
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to see them.
I'm
Right.
going to see... Yeah, I'm going to
Yeah.
go see G.I. That's why I went and saw the first one. First night it came out, and I was so desperate to see it. The only seat was first row, first seat. Like, first row in the corner,
Yeah.
and I'm like, I'm going to see G.I. Joe. I'm going to see it anyway. And my God, was it awful.
Then
Yeah.
you leave going, what the heck did I just see?
Yeah, they're not good. They
No.
don't... They're not true at all to the kind of idea of G.I. Joe.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they're just all generic soldiers in the movies, and that's not the way they should be in G.I. Joe.
Yeah.
It should be this ridiculously specialized group of soldiers. Like, are you good on water? I got these skis. How can I be... You know?
So there's a movie that's coming out that's on our 2017 list
Yeah.
that is kind of a sequel.
2017?
2017.
Okay.
So that's like next week.
No, the list
Okay.
of best movies.
Oh,
that
there's
we
a
like.
sequel to that movie.
Yeah.
Okay.
Flash Lego movie.
Oh,
I had no idea they were making it.
Lego Flash, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What did I say?
Flash Lego. Like it's Lego Batman.
Yeah,
Not Batman
okay,
Lego.
whatever.
Yeah.
I don't.
I'll smack you.
I really liked the Lego movie.
Right.
I really did not like the Batman Lego movie.
I thought it was okay.
It was too many jokes. It was joke after joke after joke after joke
Yes.
after joke.
And there wasn't much of a story.
No, that's the thing. It was just how many jokes can we fit into an hour and a half?
And how many references can we stick in?
Right.
Well, this one's going to be the same thing because basically it's the Flash.
Because kids are stupid these days.
Yeah, he loses his powers and gets kicked out of the Justice League because Reverse Flash goes back in time and does stupid things like puts water in Firestorm's shampoo so his flame goes out, or kryptonite Superman's underwear. You know, it's dumb stuff like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
But see, I don't think what you just said is true because kids are dumb. Because you can make kid movies like Coco that's out now that are for
smart.
adults and the kids.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like it can be done.
Mm-hmm.
And that first Lego movie's fine. Like it's enjoyable. Like I would watch that with my kids.
It might be unfair to say kids are dumb because they're just kids. They don't know.
No, but that's the way they wrote that second Batman movie. Like, oh, kids will watch anything. And my kids loved it.
Yeah.
But you lose the parents then. And then I'm not going to rewatch it with them.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
You're not going to buy the DVD.
I'm not because I don't want to watch that in my house.
Right.
But like I bought all the Pixar stuff because if it's on, I'm like, oh, all right, I'll sit with them and watch that.
Right.
You
I've
know?
watched Toy Story probably 300 times.
That's what I mean. Yeah.
And if I didn't have that DVD, it wouldn't be good. Kids would be crying. And I like it. It's a good movie.
So speaking of kids and parents, I have a game that I saw the other day that I tried to buy for both of your kids, but I couldn't actually get it.
Okay.
It's called Toilet Trouble.
Oh, I saw it. Yeah.
Toilet Trouble.
Yeah, and it's basically just a little tiny toilet.
Yeah.
You fill it with water.
Okay.
And attached to the toilet is a toilet paper roll with numbers on it, and you spin the wheel.
Yeah.
And whatever number it lands on is how many times you have to flush
Don't
the
Wake
toilet.
Daddy.
Right.
Yeah.
And then when you hit the button, water
Yeah,
splashes in your face.
Last year,
Your face.
Last year they did Pie Face.
Yeah.
Yes.
Which I had, and we did at Christmas with my kids. It's the same thing.
Everything. Have you noticed everything now is gross or poop or farts? Has it always been like that?
No.
It hasn't, right?
No.
Because like I went to go buy my son. I wanted to buy my son a board game. Where I bought your board game, I went down to the outlets, and there's like a toy store.
Why wouldn't you call me for that?
I don't know. I was just I happened to be there. You know.
Hey, Mike, I'm gonna get you a board game.
No.
Where can I go get you a board
No,
game?
a board game you'd actually want to play with your
No,
son.
I was just looking around.
Yeah.
So that's where I got your Terrence Pop.
Okay.
Your Chase Pop. So I'm walking around and I'm like, that's a dog pooping. I forget the name of it.
Oh, my kids had that one.
But it's a dog pooping.
Years ago.
And then I keep walking and there's a guy, you pick his nose. And then there's another one where you feed a pig until his stomach bursts.
Really?
Yeah. But the dog pooping one got to me. And like the guy, you got picked his nose. It's like, hey, pick a winner. That's like the catchphrase, pick a winner. Like you got to keep digging boogers out of the
This
guy's
is where
nose.
Steve draws the line in the sand.
And I'm like, nah, I'll just buy Anatomy Park. Pirates of the Pancreas. But, so I ended up buying him, I think it was called Monkey Flip. It comes with like a little plastic tree with like little holes in the leaves. And you flip little monkeys, like monkeys in a barrel that
Right.
their arms are curled. You flip them and they have to hang on the tree.
Okay.
Which is kind of cute.
Yeah.
It's cute for him. And I bought him a Jenga type game. It was
Okay.
called a Wobbly Worm. And it's Jenga, but the pieces look like little worms.
Okay.
And it's Jenga.
Okay.
But for little kids.
Oh, and our favorite, Jessica Jones. She's got a release date for season 2.
Oh, nice. When is it?
It's going to be March 8th of this year.
Oh, I'm super excited for that.
So
Super excited.
make
for
sure
that.
your weekend's free.
Netflix also said they're bringing back The Punisher.
Yeah, season 2.
Yeah, they just
Oh, we didn't-
they just put up the logo and said like,
Oh,
yeah,
sweet.
season 2.
Yeah, because it killed. No pun intended. It was awesome, that show.
Yeah, I loved it.
Yeah.
In Marvel casting news, there's a lot going on with Spider-Man, Venom, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. because there was a open casting for Gwen Stacy.
For what?
Homecoming. Whatever the sequel to Homecoming is going to be.
Really?
So I don't know if they're going to try to throw her in the movie or if that's just kind of like...
How do they know? Did they put it up for Gwen Stacy or they were looking for like blonde girl, you know, and people have put it together?
I believe I read that was for Gwen Stacy. But who knows? We could be wrong.
We could be wrong?
I could
or-
be wrong.
Yeah.
It could be fake news.
It could be fake news.
Venom,
Yeah.
Woody Harrelson was in talks for a role in Venom, and that's rumored to be the role of Carnage.
Woody Harrelson?
Yes.
It's like 60.
Well,
I don't want to see a
I
60-year-old
think he would just be
Carnage.
the voice, right?
probably.
Nobody becomes Carnage?
No, yeah, it's a mental patient, right?
Right.
Or a murderer?
Murderer.
It's a murder, right?
And he would just be the voice? All right.
Well, that is just going to be a CGI.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like that whole movie would be
Shitstorm,
nothing but
yeah.
CGI. Yeah.
I bought an anti-venom pop. Got it for $2.
Now you're
Brand
just
new.
buying pops just to buy pops.
Well, no, I love Spider-Man and Spider-Man villains.
And Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. is...
Who cares?
can't remember what it's called, but there's a new animation show coming out
Yeah.
with Quake from Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., Spider-Gwen, Squirrel Girl, and a bunch of other like
I saw that. Yeah.
heroes, and they're like in training.
Mm-hmm.
But there's a rumor now that the girl who plays Quake, Chloe Bennett on S.H.I.E.L.D., because she voices the character, that the other two characters who play Spider-Gwen and Squirrel Girl might make appearances on Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.,
Oh, that's pretty cool.
which might get me to watch the show.
That was another trailer I saw. The Miles Morales Sony
Oh, that was
animation.
great.
Yeah, that looked pretty cool.
That looked really cool. Like it's Spider-Man, yeah, but like
Yeah.
that first shot they do of the city,
Yeah.
like it looks amazing.
Yeah, it looks pretty cool.
I was like, wow, that's a really well done animation.
Is he sitting with Peter Parker in the subway station?
I don't know.
He's
It looked like it.
How many of us are there?
Yeah,
Because they're doing a Spider-Verse.
they're doing the Spider-Verse.
Of course.
That's either a good idea or I don't know if they're going to be able to pull that off. I don't like the Spider-Verse. I think there's too many of them. But if they can kind of focus in on Peter and Miles.
There's only one Batman.
Yeah, no, I know.
But Miles
Keep it
Morales
to
is a
one
good
Spider-Man.
Miles Morales is
Spider-Man.
cool. He's pretty cool. And plus that brings in Spider-Gwen. You can bring in Spider-Gwen because
Who's
they're in the same world.
crazy popular.
Yep.
And very, it's a fun read. Joe, you like that.
Oh, I
run.
love it.
But
I love it.
We'll see. I might go see that in the theater. I don't know.
3 more things and I'm all done. Mrs. Doubtfire's going to get a reboot at some point, and Kevin Hart wants to play Mrs. Doubtfire. I don't agree with it. I say leave Mrs. Doubtfire alone.
Kevin Hart's probably a guy who could pull that off.
Mm-hmm.
However, I think now because Robin Williams has passed away, that's one of those sacred cows you don't touch.
Yeah.
You just don't touch it.
Yeah.
Like
I
that's
agree.
one of his iconic roles. It's not his best. I don't think his comedy stuff is his best. I think his drama is his best stuff. But he's super well known for that.
Yeah.
That's like anyone who's like, I'm going to be the genie now. Like, what are you doing?
Oh, Will Smith is going to be the genie.
What are you doing?
I don't
All
know.
you can do is be compared to.
But he's just going to do Will Smith as Will Smith.
Yeah, well, that's what Kevin Hart would do.
Yeah. I don't know.
I think of the Family Guy episode where he was, as I guess his character from Fresh Prince, and just the kind of the same mannerisms for like 40 different things. Always makes me laugh.
People will see it because Miss Doubtfire was
Right.
crazy popular, and most of those people who saw that would have kids now. Do a new story.
Yeah.
Now, Mike, have you heard about the Hong Kong Disneyland?
What about it? in
They're
particular?
replacing Sleeping Beauty's castle.
What?
Yes.
With?
They're going to build, I forgot, like a mashup of different characters' things in a castle form.
Is that because I heard there's talk they're getting another park? Hong Kong.
I didn't hear this. This was
that is so crazy popular. They're like, we're gonna throw up another park, and now that they have all the Fox IP, everyone's like, we really have to figure out what we're gonna do here,
right.
because there's talk they may do a third park in California. now.
Wow.
They're like, we have all this IP, and
We need to make money.
well, the big problem is, and I have one of my cousins works for the head of ABC. He's his personal assistant, and they're privy to all the emails and stuff.
Right.
And she's like, the big issue is because it's going to take a year and 18 months to clear the government.
Right.
They can't even. You're not supposed to be planning stuff if you're Disney.
Because you don't technically own it.
You don't own it
Yeah.
yet. So but I guess it's the way all these big businesses
We're going to
work.
buy this land, and just in case.
Like what happens is you can plan it all, don't put it in paper, don't write it down, and then the day the deal goes through, be like, look at all these plans we've
Right.
had. Like, you did these all today. So like that's, I guess they have to be really careful what they do and what they don't do.
Right.
So you're probably not going to hear anything out of Disney for a year, because like they could throw the Simpsons into something now, a giant park,
Oh, yeah.
you know, or they could negotiate back the Marvel rights because they could give Universal something else.
Right.
Like they have the Simpsons rights, which now Universal pays Disney for.
Like, we'll trade you.
Correct.
We have Marvel. We want Marvel. You have Simpsons.
Correct.
You
Like
want
they have
Simpsons.
lots of bargaining pieces now. Yeah, no, I've heard this talk for
Right.
at least another theme park in Hong Kong. That's definite. The Oriental Land Company that half owns those parks wants another park, and there's talk they're going to do one more on the West Coast, which is they have all the things now.
Yeah. So they were gonna take like parts of Beauty and the Beast, parts of Snow White, parts of Cinderella, and just mash it.
That's a
into
good
this.
idea. It's a good idea than having one princess.
Yeah.
Because also, how many little kids, their favorite princess is Snow White?
Right.
None anymore. There's none.
Doesn't have a castle.
I guess the prince would have had a castle in that. She didn't have. She had a cottage.
Right.
But it's so kind of dated. I would think something more modern is a good idea.
And the last thing, because we talked about it this year, and it was a big deal for a lot of people, was the Mayweather McGregor fight.
Mm-hmm.
Well, apparently, I broke the news earlier in the year saying that Mayweather might be in the UFC ring.
No
and
way.
He's in talks with Dana White about coming into a UFC capacity.
Bad move.
Yeah. I think that is just all.
It's just money to be had.
Yeah, I just don't like. Who's he gonna fight? He's not gonna fight McGregor. McGregor has
Brock Lesnar.
he outweighs him by double. McGregor has some fights lined
George
up.
St. Pierre.
Pierre's a lot bigger than him too.
I don't care.
George St. Pierre should fight McGregor, but they're like 20 pounds different in weight, a little more.
I think it's a bad move, and I'm not going to watch it. I can't watch MMA stuff. It's too brutal for me.
Really?
Yeah.
I was going to ask you if we could rent a fight this weekend at your house.
An MMA fight?
Yeah, it's Cyborg and Holly Holmes.
These are people?
Yeah.
Cyborg is a lady.
Oh.
Yeah.
I can watch ladies beat the shit out of each other.
And Holly Holmes is the one that beat Ronda Rousey.
Okay.
So no one's beat Cyborg.
This is on the holiday party day?
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys can rent it. I don't care.
Because she's a girl, but she's built like a dude.
Okay. My favorite kind.
Yeah. It'll draw, and the UFC seems to be all about just like making these big kind of spectacle things now.
I saw that the other day. I'm like, we have to talk about this. Cause
He's 40 years old, and now he's going to pick up kicking and grappling and wrestling.
I wouldn't
and
be surprised
jiu-jitsu.
if he fought McGregor again, and everything is all scripted.
No, that they're a real. You mean like a scripted fight, like
Yes.
wrestling? No, they
Yeah,
won't do that.
100%.
They won't do that. They'd go to. I think they'd go to WWF before that. They're not going to. It's a legit sport. You know, the ultimate fighting. I can't see them doing that. I just think this is him trying to keep himself relevant. I heard he wants to do another fight because he wants to get to 51.
Or is that beat Marciano or something?
I don't know. I can't see that happening. You
People
can't
gonna watch
go
it.
that way. Yeah, people would watch it. You just can't go from.
I don't think as many people would because of what happened with the last fight, but I think people will still pay to watch this.
Yeah, I think anybody's going to pay to watch him possibly lose.
Oh, not possibly. Not possibly. Like, everyone kind of knew McGregor wasn't going to win. You just wanted to see if he could land some punches on him.
Yeah.
But no one in their right mind would think a guy can go in there and just throw punches.
Right.
Like, someone just has to stand away and, like, just kick the shit out of his legs. You know what I mean? Like, that's something he's never seen before. Or take him down. And then what? Beat the ever-living piss out of him. Like, there's no way.
He shouldn't do it.
It's too much. You can't learn all those skills at 40 freaking years old.
No, it's too risky, man. I wouldn't do
Watch some of the UFC fighters now.
Yep.
They're astonishing.
Yeah.
Because they don't have just one weapon. Like, they don't just strike. They can clinch. They can roll on the ground. Like, it's amazing what these
Yeah.
guys can do. Like, he's never going to pick all that up. He'll get murdered. That's like CM Punk tried to pick it up.
He got clobbered.
Clobbered. He didn't even make a round.
I watched a really horrible boxing match last week.
Who'd you watch?
His name is David Lemieux, which is one of my dad's favorite fighters.
Marty Lemieux's.
Mario Lemieux?
Mario?
No.
I was grasping at that one.
No, this
Marty.
guy. He's from Montreal, this guy, and he's a great fighter, man. He's like 28 years old, just comes out swinging and doesn't stop until the fight's over. He fought a guy named Billy Joe Saunders, who was big overseas in the UK, but hasn't really proved himself anywhere else. Came over here and took Lemieux to school. It was horrible. Me and my dad were waiting for this fight for months because we loved this guy Lemieux. And it's always an action-packed fight with Lemieux. And Lemieux could not figure this guy out. He couldn't land any punches. He was kind of all over the ring.
Is this the one where was it Jim Lampley and
Max Kellerman.
Was it Kellerman who they got in trouble because he was yelling why he didn't knock him out?
No, I don't think so.
I think it was. And then Roy Jones Jr. was doing the commentary with him, who's known for knocking people out, and he was like, "Why don't you stay in your lane?"
No,
Really?
there wasn't an argument on the air.
Yeah, because he kept asking him, "Why doesn't he just knock him out?" Because I guess the fight was pretty much one-sided the entire way.
He didn't win a single round.
Right, and he just beat him senseless, and then I guess
He didn't beat him up.
because he was outboxing.
The other guy couldn't hit him.
Correct.
Yeah.
And then I guess who was doing the announcing?
Those three. Lampley.
I think Lampley
Kellerman.
was like, well, "Why doesn't he just knock him out?" And Roy Jones Jr. was like, you don't just knock somebody out. It's
I don't
not-
recall that. I watched the fight from beginning to end.
Yeah, I read about it on ESPN.
Huh. Yeah.
Yeah.
I got it on DVR. I'll watch it again. And all the undercard fights were terrible. They were all one-sided like that too. What are you going to do? Sometimes you got a clunker.
Yeah.
Sometimes you get a clunker.
It's good to see someone put on a clinic, though.
Oh, yeah.
You know?
Well-
just completely control a fight.
Yeah. You hope this wasn't the guy you're trying to root for.
No. Yeah. I know.
Our main topic today is brought to you by our sponsor.
What sponsors that, Steve?
Our sponsor is bagofdicks.com.
What?
Yeah.
You don't say.
I do say. A couple of episodes ago, our friend Sebi came on the show, unannounced and uninvited, but he came on the show nonetheless, and he brought with him a gift for me for not showing up to foot golf with
Correct.
you guys, and he wanted to let me know that he was not pleased with me not showing up by giving me a gift. And this gift was a beautifully packaged bag of dicks. Now, for those of you who don't know what a bag of dicks is, it's little pint-size runt candies shaped like penises in a bag. And you get probably 100 of them in a little bag. So we probably did 20 minutes on Bag of Dicks. So guess who contacted us? Bagofdicks.com.
You don't say.
I do say. And they gave us a promo
I thought you were going
code.
to say one of our mothers, and they were like, so embarrassed. Just so embarrassed.
And they signed us up, and
This
we
isn't
actually
how I raised you.
We actually have a sponsor now. We will get
Fantastic.
a cut of people buying Bag of Dicks using our promo code. So if you want to get a really cool, funny novelty gift for your buddies, for a bachelor party, a bachelorette party, or just a
Valentine's Day
gift, or if you just want to, tell somebody that they're a dick for not showing up to foot golf, all you got to do is go to bagofdicks.com, and in the promo section, when you're checking out, put in DinnerPod, that's DINNERPOD, and you will receive 20%
20%
off a bag of dicks.
That's amazing.
Yeah. Or you can go to the direct URL, which is bagofdicks.com/dinnerpod, and then you will get yourself a 20% discount.
Go get all those dicks in your mouth.
Go put all those little candy dicks in your mouth from bagofdicks.com. So, on to the main topic, which was, or is, our favorite pop culture things of the year 2017. So, who wants to start first? I have so much stuff to talk about.
So we did top 10, right? I ranked mine top to 10?
Kinda.
Oh, Christ, because I actually spent
All right, go
time
ahead.
doing it.
We could do it. I have 10 things here. I'll pick out.
Because I probably had 20, and to cut it down with 10 was really tough.
I just put down my favorite comics, favorite TV shows, favorite movies, favorite toys.
So want to start with some honorable mentions before you get to your top 10?
Sure. Honorable mentions.
I have a couple. So the first one I had that didn't make my list was Baby Driver.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
I thought that was, as far as like non-genre pop culture-y things, I thought it was great. There's obviously some issues with the movie, like especially now, you got to look at that. I don't know if you'll ever be able to watch it again and be like, that's Kevin Spacey.
Right.
Like, he's a problem. But the stuff where he's driving a car with like that crazy soundtrack, it's really fun. It's visually very, I don't know.
It's
entertaining. It's visually beautiful. Some of those
visually
scenes.
beautiful. It's shot very well.
Yeah.
The story is great. It loses me in the last 10 minutes or so when the shit hits the fan. Spoiler alert.
Okay.
And John Hamm kind of goes off the
Oh,
wall.
we're gonna spoil everything we list from this point forward.
Yeah. So anything from
If you haven't
2017.
seen it, read it, watched it, played it, don't listen.
Yeah, from anything in 2017 is fair game at this point. But yeah, I mean, it's a really fun
Get
movie.
on it. Start watching these things. They're good.
Did you see Baby Driver?
I haven't.
Oh, did you like it? It's entertaining.
Yeah,
I'll get
it's
to
really
it.
good.
John Hamm's a very interesting version of a villain in that movie.
Mm-hmm.
I enjoyed it. Anyone else have honorable mentions? I have 3 honorable mentions that I had a tough time cutting off my
Yeah, I'll
list.
throw one in there.
Go ahead, Joe.
I'm gonna go with American Vandal.
Oh, I didn't see it.
Did you watch the whole thing?
I did.
And what
It was great.
Was it him?
It was great.
Was it him?
It was.
Does it get...
It was him. That should have been Bag of Dicks property.
Right.
Holy shit.
Does it carry? Like, were they able to keep your interest over 7 or 8 episodes or whatever
Yes,
it was?
because there are plot twists.
Okay, all
There were
right.
plot twists to the kid who wrote dicks all
Yeah.
over the cars in the parking lot.
I really, really enjoyed
There are
it.
plot twists. I got 2 episodes in and couldn't do it anymore. Not that I disliked the 2 episodes, because I did. I really enjoyed the 2 episodes. But like you said, I just didn't think it had much more to give me.
Okay.
What else you got, Mike?
I got
what do you got, Steve?
I got Wonder Woman. Wonder Woman's on my
Honorable mention?
Well, yeah.
It wouldn't have made my top 10 either.
Really?
Yeah.
No.
Oh,
I really enjoyed this
Weak
movie.
third act.
Huh.
Really good.
Yeah, weak third act, but very entertaining. Gal Gadot is gorgeous. She did an amazing job. The director, I forget her name, she did an amazing job putting this movie together. Like you said, I wish the third act was a little better, but I still it didn't ruin the movie for me by any means. I really enjoyed it. So yeah, that's my honorable mention.
What do you got, Mike?
Dunkirk.
Really?
I thought that would have been in your top 10.
When I did my top 10, I went, what are the things I enjoyed watching the most? That I enjoyed talking about afterwards, and Dunkirk is by far out of everything I listed probably the
swear to
best movie.
God, if you have Planet of the Apes on your top 10, I'm gonna punch.
I
you in
don't.
the
I
face.
don't. But I had it on the list of like the short list. But Dunkirk was probably the best made movie I saw last year, by far. But when I went like, what are the things I enjoyed the most? It just isn't there.
All right.
Like, if I was gonna say what are my top 10 favorite movies, like it's way more likely to be in that list of like well made, very good. Like it's closer to The Godfather than it is to The Avengers. The Avengers is fun,
Right.
You know what I mean? That movie's not like this is super fun to watch. Like it's a slog and it's sad and it's stressful.
Okay.
Yeah.
What you got? Another?
I
honorable
got.
mention?
I really enjoyed. I know you didn't enjoy it, Mike, but Orville.
You watched it?
I did.
You watched all of it?
I did.
I only got 4 or 5 in before I punched out. Does it get better? The third episode did me in.
I like that kind of humor. I like Family
Okay.
Guy. It's Family Guy.
Yeah, it is.
in
It's Family Guy in
live
space.
action.
That episode where they're trying to decide the gender of the baby. Did you see that one with like the Klingon-esque
Yes.
character?
Yes.
At that, I was like, this is too much for me. It's too on the nose for like the stuff that's going on. Like gender is just a construct, and boys and girls are identical in every way. And I was like,
I enjoyed it.
It was too much on the nose, and maybe it got lighter after that. Like that one just seemed too preachy to me.
Okay.
I don't know. You tell me. You saw them all?
I saw them all.
Okay. Is it worth getting back to?
If you like that kind of stuff, though, like if you didn't like the first 3, you're not gonna like the rest.
Okay.
It's more of the same.
Yeah, I just I felt the jokes were out of context. Like they're funny jokes to me.
Right.
In 2017, in 2717, I'm like, why are these funny to them?
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you couldn't tell me a joke about knickers, and I'd be like, you just wouldn't get it. Or a Bronze Age joke, like you wouldn't understand it.
Now, Baby Driver would have been on my honorable mentions as well, so I'm not going to choose that one for
You're
this.
gonna pick Transformers. I know it.
Iron Fist comic book run.
Oh, that's a good one.
Of
That's something real
2017. Yeah, I tried to pick a lot of different things, but this came out very shortly after the Iron Fist Netflix series, and it was a redeeming comic for me.
Yep.
How bad the show was really disappointed me. I thought it was gonna be really cool. I love kung fu kind of stuff. I thought the actor was a good choice, considering I liked him in Game of Thrones, and he kind of looked like Danny Rand in a modern way,
right?
Like a modern millennial type of way. He kind of looked like Danny Rand, but he ended up being a millennial, which is not what I wanted out of my Danny Rand. But the comic book itself was completely redeeming. It's kung fu to the max. Every cover of the first 7 or 8 issues, it looks like it could be a Hong Kong or Asian kung fu movie poster.
That's cool.
That's how cool it looks. So I'm gonna go with Iron Fist as a comic book run of 2017.
I have a TV show, Rick and Morty.
That's an honorable mention?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I enjoyed Rick and Morty.
Season 3.
Season 3.
Yeah,
Yeah,
okay.
Season 3 was what came out this year, right?
Yeah.
I enjoyed season 3. I don't know if any of it was as good as the stuff I saw in season 1 and
Right.
season 2. Mm-hmm. Season 3 is great.
Yeah.
But season 1 and 2 were so new and so different for me. And I was a late adopter, so I saw 1 and 2 all as one shot.
Yeah.
I don't know. I love Rick and Morty. There was 10 things I liked better.
Okay.
That fulfilled my time
You got
better.
to see some of the stuff I left off.
Yeah,
this
no,
list.
that's what I mean. Yeah.
Like I'm picking my 10 favorite things here now, and I'm like, I gotta leave off Spider-Man.
I don't have Spider-Man on my list, too. Homecoming.
Yeah,
It's not on the list.
It's not on my list. Thor is not on my list.
Oh,
It's
that's
just
on
not.
my list.
There are other things that I'm like, you know what? I enjoyed that, even though it's not a movie. I enjoyed that better. Joe,
Yeah.
you got another one?
I'm gonna throw a comic book in there too, Steve. You're gonna be really upset with me,
Okay.
but I'm gonna go with Secret Empire.
Hey, no, I was thinking about it.
It was I did not want to buy the book.
Right.
I picked up like the first 4 issues because it had come out. I read the first 4. I loved it. I liked it all the way up until the last book.
Mm-hmm.
I can't fault it for that.
Yeah.
But if the last one was good, it'd probably be in my top 10.
Yeah.
So there's a pop culture kind of YouTube channel I watch, and one of the guys on the show, his favorite thing of the year was Secret.
Get out of
was
town,
that.
really?
Yep. He said it was amazing. He
Yeah,
said it held his interest the whole time.
I really liked it,
Yep.
and it was just that last book that it wasn't the best put together or well written story at the end. It could have been a lot better, but I really enjoyed it.
All right. Well, I played a game today that I really enjoyed, and it was it's a game that's
Toilet Trouble.
Yeah, it's a game that's on your Apple TV.
okay.
It's called Quiplash. QUIP, new word, LASH.
Okay.
Quiplash instead of Whiplash.
Like Quip?
Quip.
Okay. Quip.
You get it on the
Cool Whip?
Cool Whip. You get it on the iTunes store.
Okay.
It's like $25, but you get like 5 games.
Okay.
But we only played this one Quiplash. It gives you a code, and all of the people playing have to go to this website and type in the code, and all your phones get hooked up to the television.
Okay.
And then it becomes Mad Libs. So they give you a sentence on your phone that's like, name a title of a book or something. It was like Everybody Poops ... space, and you had to fill in the blank. You had to name Everybody Poops 2. You had to give like the sequel name for Everybody Poops 2.
Okay.
So then you have to type in your answer, or like what would be one thing that you would say to a waiter that would really piss him off, and you have to write in the answer, but you don't. No one else sees your answers, right?
How's that acting career going?
So then, yeah, right. So then on the screen, and once everybody's in, on the screen comes up 2 of the answers that people put in. You don't know who wrote the answers.
Okay.
So the question comes up. What would you say to a waiter to piss him off? 2 answers come up, and everybody votes on the best one.
Oh, like apples to apples.
Or Cards Against Humanity.
Yeah.
It's called yeah. It was a lot of fun. Because you get like 3 rounds. There are different point levels,
Right.
and then there's a winner at the end.
Did you
which is
win?
Pretty cool. I won 3 out of 4 times. Yeah,
You were happy.
I was very happy. And we played another game, which was a lot of fun too, called What Do You Meme?
Okay.
And it's Cards Against Humanity with memes.
Okay.
So it gives you a stack of.
Oh, that's a board game that came out, right?
It's not a board game. It's just cards.
Yeah, when I say board game,
Okay.
that's a box
Yeah,
game
yeah,
you buy
yeah.
at the store.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I saw that reviewed on one of the things.
It was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And it's a lot dirtier than games, Cards Against Humanity. You get a deck of pictures that are memes. Some of them I knew, some of them I didn't. You put it on a little easel, and someone's the judge, right? So you put it in front of the judge, and then everyone gets Cards Against Humanity type sayings, and they all put one up, and the person has to pick the one that he thinks is the funniest one, and that person gets the point. That was a lot of fun. I ordered it. We're gonna have it for the party.
So who wants to start with number 10?
I'll start.
Go ahead.
All right, number 10 on my list is going to be a TV show that Joe got me into, and it is Brockmire.
Oh, that's way higher on my list.
Well, all this other stuff I have is so good. So Brockmire.
Okay.
I loved.
Was that 2017?
It was this year, right?
Was it?
Yep.
Wow.
Yeah, because I remember. 'Cause
I believe you. I just didn't.
I was looking through a list, and that came up, and I was like, "Oh, Brockmire!" I now remember that. But this is Hank Azaria, who's known for his voices on The Simpsons, and he plays a baseball announcer that kind of loses it on air, and he's sent down. Basically, has to get a job with a minor league team in like Pittsburgh somewhere. I think right. It was Pittsburgh, somewhere in Pennsylvania.
Yeah, I think it was Pittsburgh.
And he's just uncensored. says whatever's on his mind, and it's
great.
It's an amazing show. Please go out and watch Brockmire. I hope it comes back for second season.
It is.
I think it's AMC, right?
No.
FX?
IFC.
No, IFC.
IFC? Wow, I was way off.
Samsonite. I was way off.
For me, my number 10 is actually a board game. It's a game that came out this year called Santorini.
Okay.
And it is about like building houses on the island of Santorini.
Okay.
And it's a really simple, like, just move and build game.
Mhm.
And you can learn it in 30 seconds. And then you could spend the next 3 hours trying to figure out the best way to play the game. I played it with my kids the first time at the board game cafe we went to in the city this year. And it's excellent.
Librarian Kate got that. For
did
Christmas.
I saw she got it for Christmas, and I was like, that's what spurred it in. Like, I'm like, we played that early in the year, and I thought it was brilliant then, and it's really good and excellent game. Yeah, it's good.
Nice.
My number 10 is going to be Baywatch.
Are you serious?
Yes.
Baywatch?
Yes.
Wait, Spider-Man didn't make your list?
Spider-Man's on my list.
Okay. I thought you said it didn't make your list either.
What were some of your honorable mentions?
Secret Empire,
Yeah.
American Vandal,
Yeah.
and The Orville.
All right.
Yeah, that's fine. Fair enough.
I really enjoyed it.
I know.
I don't doubt it, yeah.
I watched it. It caught my attention. It was entertaining. Checks all my boxes.
All right.
Yeah, it does. Okay, so my number 9 is going to be a podcast.
Okay.
Called The Box Office Artist.
You know what?
Dinner in a Park.
I didn't even put a single podcast on the list. What a dumbbell. I listen to so many podcasts.
Well, there you go.
Shit.
The Box Office Artist is a YouTube channel that I've been watching for years.
Okay.
His name is James Raiz. It's R-A-I-Z. It's pronounced Raiz. He was a Transformers artist that has his own YouTube channel where he draws, gives instructional videos, things like that. I've been watching his channel for about a year. He finally got a podcast and put it on iTunes. And it's him and his good buddy that he grew up from from high school with, like kind of like us. And the buddy's also an artist of some kind, like a graphic designer. And they just talk about the world of artists making money, all the ins and outs of the copyrights and things like that.
Really? That sounds fun.
Yeah, and he's really famous, like on YouTube, for making a mural of every Star Wars movie. So he made this mural. I think I don't know the exact dimensions, but I think it was like 10 by 8 feet, and he drew it in panels. And it's every single Star Wars movie represented in this 10 by 8 foot mural that he was invited to Lucasfilms or the ranch.
Right.
Because Skywalker Ranch, because they saw his YouTube channel.
Really?
And because it was like a 7-8 month project that he would do it on YouTube, and he would color it and draw it on YouTube. And it got so much publicity that the Skywalker Ranch said, come here and display it for us, at one of our parties that they were throwing, a release party for something. And he's got to keep adding to it. Every time a new movie comes out, he has to add to it. And that's how he kind of became YouTube famous, which is pretty cool. So he finally has and he told the whole story. It's like a 2-episode story that he told from the beginning of when he started drawing it to get into the Skywalker Ranch. And it's just really cool. So if you're into art and you want to know about like the ins and outs and behind the scenes of being a comic artist and breaking into the industry and things like that, and they talk about how you make money even if you're not if you're just a freelancer and stuff like that. It was really cool. Really cool. And they do lots of interviews with people, which was neat. So that's my number 9.
I'm always looking to add a new podcast.
And check out his YouTube channel.
I don't listen to anything like that. That would be really different.
His YouTube channel's pretty good too.
Joe, you want to start this one?
My number 9 is going to be... I want to go with Atomic Blonde.
That's on my list.
I have not seen it yet.
Yeah. I really enjoyed it. It was another entertaining movie that I went into knowing nothing about, and I left going, holy cow, that was really good. It was different. Went out and bought the graphic novel.
Did I give it back to you?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
It was fantastic.
It was really good.
Yeah.
It was black and white, which I didn't expect.
Yep.
I didn't expect the graphic novel to be all black and white. Because it's not a manga.
Right.
Or manga, however you pronounce it. Because a lot of those are typically black and white. That was actually my number 8. So now I don't have to talk about it. But it's female John Wick. It's female John Wick with substance, with more... Like, John Wick is just craziness for the sake of testosterone. Yeah. But this had, a storyline. There's, secret agencies involved. U.S., Russia, covert operation kind of thing,
Right.
With spies. It's a spy movie, and it's done in the vein of John Wick. And Charlize Theron is just friggin' amazing. Love her.
Oh, it looked great. I just haven't seen it. I have to get around to seeing it.
Really good.
My number 9 is Super Mario Odyssey.
Oh, cool.
Okay.
Video game? That's cool.
On the Switch, it's an excellent video game. It could easily soak up hundreds of hours of your time.
Like Zelda?
Yeah.
You like Zelda?
I do like Zelda. Zelda is actually further down on my list.
Mm-hmm.
Is an open world Mario game.
Okay.
And you travel from like kingdom to kingdom, and each kingdom, like, there's a Wild West one and a Mexican, like a Day of the Dead style one, and each town is a forest one, is an open world, and there's 10 side quests in each one, and there's so much you could do just besides advancing through the normal story. Like, I'm sure if you wanted to plow through the story, you could do it in like 3 or 4 hours, but if you want to do all the side quests, like collect all the things and find all the coins and everything, it's really, really good. And it's the idea of him throwing off his hat and taking over stuff you throw your hat onto.
Okay.
Is really cool. So, like, you can throw your hat onto like the little mushroom Goomba guys, and then you're a Goomba.
Oh, that's pretty
Or
neat.
you can throw your hat onto like one of the what's it, Bullet Bill, the like bullets,
Yes, yeah.
and then you're him moving through
Oh,
the
that's
level.
pretty neat.
Oh, that's pretty
Like
cool.
the first thing you throw your hat on is a
Right.
T-Rex, and you're a giant T-Rex in this one level. It's pretty good.
Okay.
It's a clever way to, instead of getting like flowers and mushrooms, like if you got to make a jump, you throw your hat on a frog.
Right.
And become the frog, and then you can jump real high.
You gotta be
This
clever. You gotta think. You gotta think outside the box.
It's really good. I enjoy it.
That's cool.
I haven't finished it yet, but I spent a ton of time playing it. It's really good. Super Mario Odyssey. My kids love it too, and I like a game that we can both
Play.
play. Yeah.
Well, my 8 was Atomic Blonde. So
Okay.
you want to give us your number 8?
My number 8, I'm going to throw a comic book in there, and I'm going to go with the Metal series.
Oh, mine's way higher.
Really?
Yeah.
I really like it. I don't have so many comics to throw in there, but Metal's not done yet, so I'm going to limit it to just the
First 3 or 4?
No, the villains.
Oh, the
books.
Dark Knights.
Yeah, the Dark Knights.
Yeah.
That series, those one-offs were fantastic. I loved every one of them. Some were better than others, but by far the best comics that I read this year.
Can I ask you guys a question? Are you reading the other stuff from Metal?
Yeah,
Like I heard Hawkman came out this week.
I didn't. And
I heard it's amazing.
Hawkman, like there's a tie-in?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't get it.
Yeah.
They usually give me all
Like
the tie-ins.
it's the return of Hawkman,
Yeah.
and I heard it's amazing,
Yeah, I
amazing,
didn't-
amazing, amazing.
No.
Like the cover is him, small, fighting a giant demon Hawkman.
No. Oh,
Yeah.
that might have been in this Metal. It might have been in Metal number 4. Yeah, it was Metal number 4.
That's how Metal number 4 ends. But this week,
I went yesterday. They didn't give this to me.
it just
Because
came
I
out.
keep seeing lots of like tie-ins that I haven't heard you guys talk about.
Because I have all the
I don't
well,
buy those
I didn't
tie-ins.
talk about all the tie-ins, but I have the Suicide Squad one.
like
I have
you
the
have
Green
all
Lanterns.
the Batman throughout history.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, I have
Where
all
he's a
that.
pirate in one. Like yeah.
Yeah.
So that cover looked like it stopped me dead in my tracks. And I'm like,
Wow.
that's an amazing looking cover.
I got to go tomorrow and get
Yeah,
this.
and the review is that it's very good.
Wow.
I got
okay.
a bugaboo. If
Hawkman.
it says tie-in, I don't buy it.
Yeah, I guess.
No, I've been buying all the
and
tie-ins.
they
for
said
this.
it doesn't tie in really to Metal, but it reintroduces Hawkman, and whatever they did with him, they were like, oh my god, the storyline's going to be great.
All right, cool.
So
I'm gonna go get that
I
tomorrow.
was just curious because you
I'll wait
hadn't
till
mentioned
that
some of the
comes out
tie-ins.
in a collected series.
That's what I'm waiting for a Metal. Like I'll just wait till they collect them all, and I'll throw the cash down and get the one
Yeah.
big book.
Right. What's your 7, Mike?
No, 8.
8. Sorry.
My number 8 is another board game.
Okay.
It's one I got my wife for Christmas.
All right.
And it's called Azul, which is blue
Yes.
in Spanish. And it is about tiling a wall, as silly as that sounds.
Okay.
But it's like
Like a mosaic.
like basically making a tile mosaic.
Oh, cool.
And it is this thinky tile. Like there's a pile of tiles in the middle, and you got to be really clever about which ones you take.
Yeah.
How it affects everyone else at the table.
Oh, cool.
We played it a bunch already, and it's going to be my favorite game I play for a long time.
You see the
Wow.
tiles.
Huh?
You see the tiles.
Yeah, you're all like picking from the same stack of tiles.
Right.
And I'm trying to build my mosaic and screw you out of
Right.
getting the stuff you need, and it's if you can get stuck with tiles you don't want, and it's really, really good. It's excellent, really simple to play. Plays in like 30 minutes. But I hate board games that require like luck. Like if you roll a dice and that could change your. I got a game that you're going to win based on your strategy and how
Yeah.
well you play.
Right.
And this falls right in that wheelhouse.
Cool.
Really, really good.
My number 7 is going to be a comic. It's going to be The Button. Remember The Button, Joe?
I remember The Button.
You liked that, didn't
I
you?
did. I wish they would have done a little more with it.
Really?
But I'm not mad at DC with what they did.
I loved it.
For a company that's doing 2 comic book stories at the same time.
Yeah.
And you either had to buy the Rebirth stuff to get into The Button or buy the Metal tie-ins to get into Metal. You could still do both and then buy separate comics that aren't tied into anything.
Yeah.
They're doing a great job.
Yeah, they're bang up jobs.
I read today they surpassed Marvel
I can't.
as number 1 selling comic book
I
company,
could see
which
that.
apparently hasn't happened, I don't think, ever.
Dude, they're killing it. Everything you read is compelling. The artwork is beautiful. Like Joe said, you don't have to... You could just pick up Metal anytime you want. You don't have to have read any of the Rebirth stuff to understand what's going on. Maybe for the Doomsday Clock, you might need to read some stuff. You might want to get that first issue of Rebirth.
Right.
The original DC Rebirth
But all
number
that
1.
stuff now is all in collected volumes. So
Oh,
you can
sure.
just go and buy
Yeah.
for like $7 or $10, whatever it is. You know, Batman's run, Flash's run, Superman's run, and you're caught up.
But dude, there was up until I started reading Metal, the issue where Bruce meets his father.
Right.
In
Fantastic.
Dude, it was magic. You're reading this page and it's like Bruce is talking to his dad and his dad's giving him advice, telling him not to be Batman. You don't have to do it. Oh, dude, it was epic. The art was friggin' amazing in it, and the way they did it was just good. There was very little plot holes, if any.
Yeah.
You know, it was believable. I mean, as far as superhero stuff can go, it was very believable. So yeah, that's my number 7. I loved it. I got all the reticulating covers too for it.
Joe, what's your number 7?
I'm going to go with Stranger Things 2.
Nice.
It's my favorite of the 2 seasons. We're going to call it seasons, right? Yeah, Stranger Things 2.
Cool.
Not my favorite thing of the year, but
that's up there for me.
Yeah, I didn't know what to expect. I was expecting a disappointment, and it surprised me.
It's on my list too somewhere.
Sorry, I'm making this list as I go.
Yeah, me too. Sorry.
My number 7 is John Wick, Chapter 2.
It's higher on my list.
We saw it together, right?
Yes.
Loved it. We chatted it up.
Had to finish it in the car.
It became our number 10, right?
Yeah.
John Wick's love for his dog, because we loved that movie so much. I then went home and watched it myself again, on Cody.
I watched it 3 times last week.
And then I sat down and watched it with my wife. And I'm like, this will be the test.
Yeah.
Like, I watched it for the 3rd time. Am I going to be entertained? Am I going to fall asleep next to her on the couch, which is as per usual? And I didn't.
Yeah.
So I have a problem.
She enjoyed it.
Yeah.
And there's some shitty parts of it.
Yeah.
Definitely like this. It's really like chewing on the scenery, kind of over the top. But God, is it entertaining?
Excommunicate.
Yeah.
You guys would be really mad at me because he doesn't make my list. But it's
Atomic Blonde makes you listen. John Wick doesn't.
It's only because I watched part 1 and part 2 within weeks of each other.
One's better.
Yeah, and I couldn't differentiate between the two because it's just one storyline.
I
for me.
remember 2 more than I remember 1, but I watched 1 again.
One's great.
It's so
Yes.
good.
You know what I liked about 2? They 1 was very serious, right? Like he's this man on a mission for a silly reason. And 2, they kind of wink and nod at the audience.
Yeah.
And that scene where he kills the guys in like the subway with the pencil.
Yeah.
Yes.
And you're like, oh, that's from the first one. Like,
Right.
Yeah. And I was like, that was really just a wink and a nod to the audience. Like, you wanted to see it. Here you go. There's so many of those scenes.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it.
I cannot wait for the 3rd one.
John Wick and Kingsman were the 2 that I watched in the same week, and I was like, these are fantastic. How did I not see these before? And then we went and saw John Wick 2 like that same week, and I really debated, just saying John Wick and like both of them.
Yeah.
But I'm like, you know what? 1 didn't come out in
No,
2017, nor did Kingsman. So
Kingsman 2 did.
it's not my favorite. It's not even a.
It's on a different list.
Yeah, I have that different list too.
Sorry.
That's all right.
okay. So, Steve, you do your number 7? You did, right?
7. I did. Yeah, The Button.
So it's number 6 now.
Number 6. Okay, I just got number 6 yesterday.
Okay.
I never had one of these as a kid. I always wanted one as a kid. I never got one. I finally got my assembling Voltron toy.
You never had a Voltron?
I never had a Voltron.
Oh,
I never had a Voltron growing
I didn't
up
know
as a
that.
kid.
I would have solved that problem a long time ago.
That's why when we went to Comic-Con 3 years ago, I bought that 75th anniversary statue.
Right.
Haven't opened it. I've been scouring the internet for like the old ones.
Right.
And I'm just like, it just looks like it's going to fall apart. And I
Probably will.
And I finally, like, what was in my wasting time was I got back into Voltron, the cartoon on Netflix, and which got me thinking about, which I actually went on to YouTube and started looking up pictures because I wanted to start drawing and stuff, right?
Right.
And I ended up falling onto this video of somebody putting the toys together. Like, it was an instructional thing on how to put the toys. It was a review. It was an unboxing review of the toys. And there's 3 different lines that came out. There's one that's an 18-inch figure.
Right.
And they're all plastic. And then there's a middle version that's like a 10-inch figure, which is what I got. And it's a die-cast model. And then there's a smaller one which you can't put together. You just have to buy the statue already pre-made, and you can't take it apart. Or you can buy the lion separate and you can't put them together. So I accidentally bought the middle line. I wanted to buy the big one. And I was waiting to see if I got it for Christmas because I remember going into Walmart and I put them all on the floor in like the order that they're supposed to be in when they combine. And I took a picture of it and I sent it to you. And I'm like, look at this. I got all 5 of them. I can get all 5 for $100. And my wife comes into the audience. She's like, what are you doing? I'm like, they got all 5
Playing
lions.
with toys. What are you doing?
I was like, they got all 5 lions. I can get them all for $100. And I wanted to see if she remembered and got that for me as a gift, but she didn't. So I had it all in my cart in Amazon. So as soon as I open up all my gifts and I see there's no Voltron,
I gotta get it.
I ran right to the phone and I start doing calculations. I'm like, well, if I get the 4 lions, if I get the 4 colors and I get the black lion on eBay, it'll save me $10 and this and that, right? So I end up ordering the black lion on eBay because it was cheaper than on Amazon, thinking I ordered the plastic ones.
Right.
Ends up, it comes in the mail, it was the die-cast one. So I'm lucky I didn't order the other 4 colors because I would have ordered the colors in the plastic, which would have been too big. So I end up buying all the die-cast ones, and it's a really cool toy, man. It's really cool. So I sent it to you yesterday.
Yep.
Who saw a toy coming on this list?
Right? So I had them all lined up on the table, and I took a picture and sent it to you guys. You're like, oh, that's really cool. Then I put it together, and I sent it to you, and you're like, who bought you that? And I'm like, I did, with my Christmas money.
I thought you said with my kids' Christmas money.
No.
I'm like, you're an awful person.
No, it was my Christmas money. My mommy and my aunt still give me...
My mommy.
They still give me Christmas cards with cash in them. So I blew $150 a 35-year-old man with a mortgage, daycare bills, and a whole bunch of other shit. I spent $150 in 10 minutes in Target buying Voltron and 2 pops. I got a Frodo Baggins. And
you're such a child,
dude. I always wanted this friggin' toy.
He's like Macaulay Culkin in Home Alone. It's for the kids.
Yeah, I always wanted this toy, man.
I always wanted a flag, but I didn't. Battleship, but I won't buy one.
Yeah.
32 years that we haven't gotten one.
Did you see that? Did you post that? Oh, it was great.
Yeah, so that's my 32nd anniversary
of me not getting this for Christmas.
Right.
So at Christmas, I'm sitting at the table with my parents and my brother. I'm like, so I have an anniversary to celebrate today. And they're like, what? I'm like, 32 years that I haven't gotten the flag. My mom and my dad is like, what the hell is that? So my brother explains it to them, like, yeah, we saw that in the stores when we were shopping for you when you were kids, but we just couldn't afford it.
Yeah, it was probably $150 in the 80s.
Right.
So my dad's like, well, how much is it now? Go buy it now. And I'm like, it's like $1,500. He's like, no, and it's gigantic. Where the hell are you going to put that? It's like, no.
Sleep on it like it's my bed.
Dude, I made like time last night to take it out of the box.
He's got an algorithm.
You and the algorithms. I have an algorithm for everything. I must be a computer genius. But I made time to put them all aside and make sure I transform them all correctly and put them together. I made sure Christian was busy doing his thing. No, because I don't want to break it. Like, you know how many Transformers I broke in 5 minutes because I didn't know how to transform the stupid things when I was a kid? Oh, yeah. So now it's all put together, assembled, and sitting on my shelf.
All right.
Looks really good. And it's die cast, which is like, like when we were kids, it was like real metal. That's my number 6.
That's pretty cool.
Thanks.
That's a good one.
Thank you.
Joe, your number 6?
My number 6 is going to be Thor.
Very
Ragnarok.
good. Very good.
Excellent
I
movie.
waited for that movie, and it did not disappoint.
Nope. It did not. It was very good. It didn't make my list, though.
It didn't?
It did not make my list. Mike?
My number 6 is The Last Jedi. I saw it way later than everyone else. Heard from everyone our age
Yeah.
about how much they didn't like it. And I went in there going, all right, this is going to be the point I hate it. No, this is going to be the point I hate it. And I'm like, this will be why I hate it. And I liked it.
Okay.
I really enjoyed it. I assume we'll talk about it next week.
Yeah, we'll talk about it next week.
But I really enjoyed The Last Jedi.
Okay. Wow, made it all the way up half your list, huh?
Yeah, saw it today.
Wow.
So we learned something this year. Mike has a very different taste in movies than you and I.
Oh, very different.
Very different.
And I have a feeling when we talk about The Last Jedi, it'll be very different than how we normally do things, where you love something and I hate on it.
Right.
It's going to be the other way around.
Yeah. We'll see. Maybe. Who knows?
Yeah.
Maybe I'll like it.
You could hear his eyes roll when I said it. People have to take their headphones away from their ears. Like, what was that? The sound of Steve's eyes rolling.
My number 5 is going to be Stranger Things Season 2.
Okay.
I really, really enjoyed Stranger Things Season 2. Almost more than I enjoyed the first one. Looking back on it, I still feel the same way about it. Because a lot of times after a couple of months, it wanes. And you're like, you know what? This wasn't that good or that wasn't that good. I really thought they did a great job. I love the pops that they came out for this one.
Back to toys.
Back to toys. I got all the kids in their Ghostbusters uniforms and their Halloween stuff. Yeah, I really, really enjoyed this show. So that's my number 5.
Okay.
Joe, you're number 5?
Figuring out.
Oh, all right, then I will jump in.
Okay.
My number 5 is Guardians of the Galaxy 2.
Okay.
That didn't make my list.
Really?
Yeah. It's there, but it didn't make the top 10.
I think that's my number 5 as well.
And I would have put it higher, but I've rewatched it a bunch of times, and
It's good.
it's good. It is good.
It's very good.
I have decided I like 1 better.
Absolutely.
And that's the only reason it's not higher
I agree.
for me.
Okay.
I was hemming and hawing, like maybe I like 2 better. I don't. I can rewatch 1 and rewatch the whole thing. There are parts of 2 where I'm like, and I just fast forward. And I love it. It's great. The end is very good, but there are parts, and it's very, very, very predictable.
I cannot get enough of the soundtrack, though.
Yeah, it's great.
I still listen to it.
I love it.
Once a week I listen to it.
And if it was on, I'd watch it.
Yeah.
You could
But
do
I
a
don't-
playlist on Spotify. You listen to both.
Yeah. I have the playlist on my Amazon.
I just don't love it as much as 1. That's why I only halfway
I
down the
really
list.
wish Ronan was a better character in 1. If they would have done something with him cool, I would have liked that one better.
Yeah.
Because he was cool until the end when he was a bitch and did nothing.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
He was really cool. He was compelling. He was going back at Thanos.
Yeah.
You know? I thought he was really cool. But then the ending kind of blew.
So you're going with 5 Guardians as well? All right. Fair enough.
All right. My number 4 is going to be John Wick 2.
Very nice.
Love this movie. The plot I thought the plot was stronger than the first one just because it had more substance to it. Like he wasn't in control. You know, John Wick wasn't really in control in this one.
Right.
He had a story to build off of too.
Which was more of a reason for him to have the revenge. Like he did the job. He did the job he had to do. But then, you know, he had to take care of business. You know, so there was more of a revenge. It made more sense. Like, don't get me wrong, the first one is amazing, and I love it, and I'll watch it every time it's on. But it's very crazy that what he did for the reason he did it.
Right, but I almost think the first one's more believable. Not in the fact that he goes on revenge, but the revenge he takes seems more believable. Like, maybe someone could have pulled that off. The stuff he does in the second one, you're like, no one could do this. He's a superhero.
Right.
He's a superhero.
But
he gets stabbed
but
and shot.
it gave you a lot of history and background.
Oh, listen,
and that's why I liked
it. Blew up the world. It
blew up the
created a world. That first one, there was very small glimpse into for all you know, it only exists in Manhattan,
right,
around this one hotel. But they blow it up to the whole world, and it's this whole.
It gave you a look into the bosses, the crime bosses, and the seats.
There's another world that exists we don't even know about. It could exist right now in our world,
right?
Which is pretty cool. Yeah,
which is why I liked it. And
I had it on my list. So
and I have a great appreciation for sequels that are done right, because not a lot of sequels are done right. It's very rare that you get a sequel that is equal to or better than the first one. Empire Strikes Back, Two Towers.
Agreed. You're debating
Rocky
whether this
2.
one is as good or better,
right?
Which is rare.
Yeah.
Yep.
Cool.
Oh, I'm with you. All right, Joe, you're number 4.
Brockmire.
Nice.
Ooh, very high. Very nice.
Very good. I can't argue that.
Yeah.
Because that show was so enjoyable.
So good.
Yeah, Brockmire stepping up to the plate, doing missionary.
Do we know when we're getting that back?
I don't. I would imagine the same time last year, which I think was May.
Yeah, it was spring.
As soon as baseball season starts, that's the good way to do it. If they're them, yeah.
So everybody was great in that. Every
fantastic.
actor.
Yeah.
His little sidekick, his statistician.
Yep.
He was great. The girlfriend was great. The ex-wife was great. The baseball players, they were funny. Yeah, such a good show.
My number 4 is The Punisher.
Nice. Yeah, it didn't make my list either.
Wow.
Yeah.
I really liked The Punisher.
Yeah. I loved it, though. Maybe if I saw it earlier in the year, it might have been on my list. But I feel like I'm picking it just because it's fresh. So that's why I left it off.
Okay.
I just think out of all of the Marvel characters or any of the things I look at, John Barenthal best represents what I think the Punisher should be.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Like when you look at me, like that's the Punisher.
Yeah.
And I think you only get that again with Tony Stark. Mm-hmm. You're like, oh, that's Tony Stark.
Chris Evans looks like Captain America.
Yes.
Yeah, I guess. I wasn't the biggest Captain America fan. So, I don't have an expectation in my mind for what he should be. But the Punisher, I'm like, that's the Punisher. He's gruff and you believe that he is that man. He's terrifying.
Yeah.
And I really, really enjoyed the Punisher. I thought it was very strong. Maybe Marvel's strongest show.
No,
I really enjoyed the Punisher.
It's up there for sure.
Yeah.
So I got a funny story with the Punisher.
All right.
Like maybe 2 or 3 weeks after the series ended, my brother calls me up. Oh, I finished the Punisher. It was great. I loved it. I'm just really upset that they didn't resolve, what happens to the Punisher. What happens with Jigsaw, and Homeland Security. I'm like, what are you talking about? I'm like, there's a whole episode where you get the Punisher versus Jigsaw. He kind of fights his best friend.
Rubs his face against a mirror.
Yeah, the cop gets
twice.
shot. He goes, what? I'm like, you need to go back on Netflix and check it out. He goes, no. When
12 episodes, I watched.
Yeah, when my episode ended, the trailer came on. I was like, it's over. That's it was great. I liked it. He went back on Netflix. I guess the trailer automatically
he must have let it
played.
sit for some.
Yeah, and he missed the last episode. So he watches it, he calls me back, he's like, holy shit, that was amazing. Thank God I spoke to you. I would have went for months without knowing what happened.
Oh, that's funny.
Imagine that, watching a whole series and not watching the finale.
They really left this open-ended.
Yeah.
No, I guess they really want to do another season.
What show did you watch from the end that I told you to watch and you started at the freaking finale?
Your Tom Hardy show.
Oh, what the hell's the name of it?
Taboo.
It's that
Taboo.
good.
I can't wait for that to come back.
Well, I hope it better be your one.
It's not my one. I actually forgot about it.
There you go. That's how good it was.
It's taboo. We don't mention it on this show anymore.
Is it my number 3 now?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
My number 3 is going to be Game of Thrones, season 7.
Okay, we sync up here because that's my number 3 as well.
All right.
Is Game of Thrones.
Dude, this was some season.
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah, it really was.
I'm sad that we're not gonna get another season for another year because it's not coming out till 19.
Let them get it right.
Oh no, of course. No,
Yeah.
I'm not.
You know it
whatever.
leaked, right? Someone leaked the scripts.
It was Sebi.
No,
Was it Sebi?
the scripts leaked.
Oh, whatever.
It was on Reddit, and you can go on and they have all the plot points for this
That
season.
sucks.
I wasn't. I was like, not reading that. But
Any Sebi text messages and/or emails, just delete automatically.
Yes.
Don't open them.
He said something about Last Jedi, and I know a bunch of you guys hadn't seen it yet, so I was like, delete it.
Yeah, good job. That's a good friend right there.
what got Game of Thrones my spot up here was that last scene where the dragon is melting the ice wall. Mm-hmm. Like that should be painted on a heavy metal cover.
Yeah,
like it was so amazing.
That should be a James Dio.
Yeah. Or on the
cover.
side of a van, battle van.
Yes.
Like it was. I was like, that is so metal. It was so good.
Or when he's having sex with his cousin or sister.
Sure.
What is it, cousins?
And
Aunt. That's right. He's having sex with his aunt. Yeah.
we take this show on the road. We'll get a van. We'll just put that right on the side.
Him having sex with his aunt.
Dinner in a pocket. That'll be on the other side.
One side of the van.
Yeah, man, I really enjoyed this
Yeah,
episode.
it was a really good
The White
season.
Walkers are great.
Yeah.
No one really died too much that was important to us, which was very rare for a season. It was Baelish. Baelish was the big death. That was great.
yeah.
He deserved it.
He deserved it.
That was a cathartic death.
What an episode. I don't even know what
didn't
that means.
see. They had a lot of twists that I didn't see coming this year.
Mm-hmm.
Like with that whole episode where they all meet up for the first time, and like who's backstabbing who, and you still don't know who really backstabbed anybody else.
Right.
And I thought that was they did a really good job this season. They kept it interesting, and they have less characters, so they can tell more involved stories with them. Mm-hmm. It's not like, you're going to see him in one episode. We're not going to come back to him for 4 episodes.
Yeah.
Because we have 40 other people to talk about. I really like where they're going with this. I'm going to be super sad when it's over.
Yeah, me too. Joe, what's your number 3?
Shirtless Bear Fighter.
Yes.
Oh, very good, sir.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Very good.
Excellent.
Another, I got into it because of an artist did some work on the book.
Mm-hmm. Paulo Rivera.
Yeah, and
It was amazing.
just when you pick up that first issue,
Yeah.
and for the short run that it had, it was really good.
I gotta get it when it comes out on trade.
Yeah.
Because I only read the first one.
Really?
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
it's good. It's
That's
worth
great.
it. It's so worth it.
My number 2 is also a comic, and it's gonna be the Dark Knights Metal.
Okay.
Specifically, the Knights.
Yeah.
The alternate
It's-
Batmans. The main series of Metal. I have no fucking clue what's going on, but it's awesome. I know that it's awesome. But I really haven't. I'm having a lot of trouble following what the like. I read it and I'm like, time to go to YouTube. Gotta go see Variant Comics so they can explain to me what's happening. No, it's so complex, and they're bringing in characters I have no idea who they are. Like, I know nothing about Mr. Terrific. I know nothing about this egg they're carrying around.
It's a hatchable.
I know very little about Hawkman, but at least I know what they're talking
Hawkman
about.
laid the egg.
Right? No,
It's his egg.
I know nothing
Mr.
about.
Terrific's gonna sit on it until it hatches.
I know nothing about Booster Gold. No, he's in the other one. The other guy with the mask. Who's the other guy with the big helmet? I'm Mr. Terrific.
Dr. Fate.
Dr. Fate. No idea. He's the egg, isn't he? Someone's the egg.
The egg.
I have no clue what is going on. Did you read this week's Metal?
I did.
Batman's really old.
Yes.
I don't know how that happened.
Yeah, I didn't know how that happened.
No
either.
clue what's going on.
I would love to sit next to him while he reads it.
The Dreamweaver? Who's that guy?
He popped up in another issue.
Oh, dude, I have no clue. No clue who this guy is. But
He's like the Sandman.
Oh, okay.
but the Dark Knights version
Yes.
with all the different Batmans from the different universes, by far my favorite thing that I've read since Thundercats He-Man.
Yeah.
Which was my favorite of last year. That was my favorite
Yep.
of last year. But yeah, that's my number 2.
Joey, you're number 2.
Punisher.
All right. Good
Nice,
choice.
nice.
Excellent.
Mike,
My number 2 is Thor Ragnarok.
good choice.
Nice.
Yeah.
Very good choice.
Quickly becoming my favorite.
Really?
Oh,
Have you
God.
seen it more than once?
Yep.
Nice.
And it is. I enjoyed it more the second time.
Really?
Yeah, I really did. There's so much that I didn't catch the first time, like just background stuff going on, and this like some of that stuff on. Is it Sakar?
Yes.
There's so much like in the stands and in the backgrounds and when they're walking through that market. I really, really, really enjoyed it.
I wanted to see it a second time over the Christmas break, and it wasn't in the theaters anymore.
Really?
Oh, okay.
It wasn't in my theater anymore.
There was a guy in the train watching, and I was like, kind of watching over his shoulder. I was like, I just want to hear the sound. Can we share it?
Yeah, I really enjoyed that movie. It's really funny.
Yeah. Oh,
and
very
it's
fun.
really entertaining, which I liked.
Yeah. You want to give us your number 1, Joe?
My number 1's gonna be Glow.
Yeah, that's on here, but it
Good
didn't make my
man.
list.
Did make it?
That
No.
good, huh? I still haven't seen it.
It's there,
I
though.
rewatched like the last 3 or 4 episodes the other night.
I got through 3. I haven't finished it yet.
It's so good.
And it's short run, right? It's only like 7 episodes. Something like
Yeah,
that? 7, 8
very,
episodes.
very short.
I really enjoyed the first 3,
Yep.
and I just for some reason just never got
Short
back into it.
episodes, short series.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my god, it's my favorite.
Mike, what's your number 1?
My number 1 is Zelda Breath of the Wild.
I called it. I knew he was gonna bring up Zelda.
I'm really thinking that's my favorite video game I've ever played.
Wow,
It's that good.
that's awesome.
First thing I got on the Switch, I spent more hours doing that this year than doing anything else.
Even podcasting,
Oh yeah.
100 hours. We easily did 100 hours. in
I've
a year.
easily played that game for 100 hours.
Wow.
Yeah,
Okay.
easily. I spent many nights.
podcast tonight, guys. I'm gonna work.
I spent many nights like I come home from work and just for like an hour or two at the end of work, like just to unwind, because I come home late. You know, when no one's up, I'll just unwind and play that for an hour before I go to bed.
Wow.
I really like it. It's great. It's everything I want in a video game. I really like open world. I like that fantasy type setting.
Right.
I love a bow and arrow.
Love me a good bow and arrow.
I do. I love a bow and arrow. It's great. It's by far my favorite thing this year was Zelda.
Nice. Well, you guys, you might see this coming. You might not see this coming. But my favorite thing of the year, Ghost in the Shell.
Really?
It's my number 1 thing, and I'm sticking to it. Ghost in the Shell, my favorite thing of the year. Surprise, surprise,
Mike
surprise.
is leaving.
Mike's not leaving. Mike's going to sit right there.
Really?
My favorite thing.
He's taking out his wallet,
On principle.
putting some money on
What
the table.
principle?
That whitewashing bullshit This was a really good movie.
I'll
You're an
give you that.
imbecile.
This was a very good movie. It's not the best movie of the year by any means. I really enjoyed it. I thought it was visually cool. I thought the story was cool. I thought it was.
And you thought Baywatch was bad at 10.
I thought it stuck.
Never mind, Joe.
I watched the anime, and I really enjoyed the anime. It brought me into a new world. Seeing this movie opened me up to a different genre that I wasn't really into, that I am more into now.
Dinner and a Podcast fans. Next week, when we talk about Last Jedi, remember, Steve's favorite movie of 2017 was Ghost in the Shell.
Not my favorite movie. My favorite...
Anything. His favorite thing of 2017 was Ghost in the Shell.
Funkos, it beat Voltron, it beat Punisher,
Game of Thrones.
Spider-Man.
There it is.
All right.
You want to hear some things that were on my list? They were extra honorable mentions?
Sure. Stuff that didn't make your list? Yeah, go ahead.
The Darth Vader run of comics.
Very good.
Okay.
The Hal Jordan run of comics.
Okay.
And the Oz Effect. The Superman Oz Effect that talks about his
I
father.
wasn't a fan of that.
I liked it. And Batman overall. Anything Batman this year killed as far as comics go. TV, there's a show called The Secret History of Comics.
I watched that.
It's really good, right? What was his name? Robert Kirkman?
Yep.
Robert Kirkman's Secret History of Comics. It's a documentary series.
You like it, Mike.
You were really
I know. I just haven't had a chance to watch it.
For movies, things that did make it were Guardians, Thor, Spider-Man, Logan. There was another podcast called Let's Voltron, which is the official podcast of the Netflix series.
Okay.
Which is okay. It's fine. Anything that was on your list that didn't make it?
F is for Family.
Very
Bill
good.
Burr's
Yeah, I like that. I watched a couple of
it was really good.
Watched a couple episodes.
I had Injustice, the video game.
Okay.
I got that.
Injustice 2?
Yep.
Cool.
It's great. The only reason I don't have it on there is I think I'm too old.
Yes, you are. Your button mashing doesn't work anymore.
It's not even that. They teach you how to do all the moves, and I can't make my hands do it fast enough.
Right.
And
you lose a little bit of a reflex.
I played it and I'm like, all right, I'll be dark side and I'll go up against Black Canary just to get my feet wet. I got my ass kicked.
Dude, this is not a joke. The first fight, you're Batman versus Cyborg. I'm like, this is good. I didn't win it. I still haven't won it. I went to the training mode, then I'm like, all right, I'm going to go online. And that was, what a mistake that was. I know it is just some 6-year-old kid just beat me senseless. 28 hit combo. I'm like, I didn't even hit a button. I
press start.
It looks so good.
Yeah, it looks unbelievable.
But my God, am I inept at it?
Yeah.
So that was on there. I had Spider-Man: Homecoming, Wonder Woman, War for Planet of the Apes, all movies that I liked but didn't make the list.
No, we didn't mention?
What?
Defenders.
It's on a different list for me.
Okay.
And then I had 2 comedy specials. Jim Jeffries. I'm sorry, Jim Gaffigan.
Yeah.
Cinco, which is his 5th Netflix special.
Right.
They're all very good. He's a very good comedian. I enjoyed that a lot. And then another one was Mike Birbiglia, Thank God for Jokes, which I thought was one of the best comedy specials I saw this year. It was really, really good. This was not a good year for comedy specials.
Yeah.
It was not. There was a lot out, but not a lot of them were good. This one I thought was... I think I said it when I first saw it. It's a love story to jokes.
Yeah, it was an homage.
A love letter to jokes.
Yeah,
It's so good. It's just well crafted, well done. I really enjoyed it.
Nice.
I have high hopes for Chappelle's coming out on New Year's Eve.
Oh,
really?
It's coming out. That's the second one, right? He had 2 this year?
He had two
Released.
two-parters this year.
Oh,
So the
okay.
first one's 2 hours. This next one's 2 hours again. Yeah.
You have anything that you didn't get to mention?
I'm going to say Ghost in the Shell, Dunkirk.
Did you see Dunkirk?
I did.
Did you like it?
I did.
Okay.
That's about it.
What about disappointments? I have a...
Jeez, there's a whole list of them.
Okay. I'm just going to
Go
name
ahead.
them. We don't have to go into them. Disappointments as comics, I got pretty much all of Marvel.
Yes, everything.
But specifically, Spider-Man, anything Spider-Man, especially the Clone Conspiracy,
Okay.
which was supposed to be a big event. That fell flat. And anything Legacy, because they didn't go anywhere with it. All they did was renumber stuff and
Yes.
put new covers on. There's nothing that goes back to the Legacy. Like, you know how DC Rebirth had that one issue of the Watchmen?
Yes.
And now everything has to do with the Watchmen? The Legacy introduced Fantastic Four, and nothing has come out with that. I know
This week they came out a book, but I'll save that for
Okay.
next week's
Did you
episode.
buy it?
I did.
Okay.
It's good.
It was good?
Yeah, very
All
good.
right. As far as movies, Transformers 5,
Oh, that was, how could you had to know that was going to be bad.
The Dark Tower,
That one you thought was going to be good.
The Mummy.
Blade Runner.
I liked Blade Runner.
I haven't seen it yet.
The Mummy and Kingsman.
Justice League.
Oh, Kingsman.
Justice League was a disappointment?
Yes.
Really?
How?
You liked it last week.
I did. But after like going through my other list,
Oh, I knew. I had no expectations.
No, that wasn't a disappointment. If anything, that exceeded my expectations.
Hey, you did it.
Yeah.
so Transformers was a disappointment?
Big time. Well, yeah, I guess.
No, again, no. That's why I didn't put them on my list. No expectation.
Yeah.
None.
And Planet of the Apes.
Logan.
War
I was
Planet of the
disappointed
Apes.
by Logan.
I wasn't.
I didn't like
that movie.
Logan. That's on my list. I have the Defenders on my list.
I wasn't disappointed.
in that.
Should have been the best thing they did, and it's not. It's
Yeah.
not. And you know why I put it on my list? Tell me about the Defenders now.
Yeah.
It's like, it's not memorable at all.
Yeah.
At all.
Let me ask you a question. Do you think they would have been better off giving you the Defenders first and then giving you all these other series
They would have
later?
been better off not doing the Hand, I think. That's the problem. The villains are not memorable.
Mm-hmm.
Like, the best villain so far has been...
Purple Man.
Still Purple Man.
Yeah, Purple Man's great.
And, like, because it's a legitimate comic book villain. It's very good.
Mm-hmm.
He has a comic book superpower. Like, I really enjoyed it. And
Steve,
it's a great actor.
Next con we do, you should do Purple Man.
Next con?
Yeah.
Okay, I can do him. I'll do that guy. That's fine.
I have Stranger Things. I didn't like Stranger Things. We already discussed this. I didn't like it. I have Street Fighter 2. I bought the Ultimate Edition for the Switch.
Right.
That was a waste of $40. It's terrible. It's terrible.
Because you can't keep up with the buttons.
No, I absolutely can. It's like they just took the game we played as a kid, and we're like, here, we drew it differently. $40.
Oh, I assumed it was the same game.
It's but they called it the Ultimate Edition, and there's really nothing new in it.
Oh.
There's nothing new in it. It's the same
They
exact
just
game
wanted
we
to
had
take
as
your money,
kids.
buddy.
Like, it's not even it was the Turbo Edition when we were kids, and it was
Right.
faster. This isn't even that. This is just the standard game we played, but modern graphics and animation.
Yeah.
No, thank you. So, otherwise, I think it was a great year. You know, one thing I didn't put on my list that I'm just sitting here kicking myself for? PAX.
Oh, yeah.
You really enjoy that.
I really, really enjoyed PAX. I already requested it. Like, I bought a calendar for next year for work, and I already wrote on there, PAX East.
I'm in.
Yeah, I think that was the best thing I did all year.
Just go.
that's
I would
cool.
just go and sit and play games.
Yeah, no, I want to go for the whole weekend. I'm going to go Friday, Saturday, Sunday next year. Like, that was by far one of my favorite experiences of the year. PAX was great.
We should try to
PAX
do
on board.
the one in Ohio.
Oh,
Gen Con?
Gen Con's in Indianapolis, but I know what you're talking about. I would do another board game
Or
convention.
Indy would be fun too.
Although everything I've read and like all the board game type stuff said that PAX is by far the best convention they've been to all
Really?
year. Like they first year and they hit it out of the park home run.
Gotta be careful next year. That's not.
It's going to be packed out of the mind, bananas crazy.
Yep.
We're going to hate it. But yeah, we got to go to the first one.
Yep.
And it was such a good experience. I had so much fun there. I'm looking forward to that more than anything else next year, doing that again.
so good.
Nice. All right, so that was our 2017 year in review. Let's get into the comic book corner. You want to give Tony a lead in?
Take it away, Tony. Pew pew.
Comic Book Corner, brought to you by Comic Book Jones, located at 2220 Forest Avenue in Staten Island, and Royal Collectibles at 9601 Metropolitan Avenue in Queens, New York. Visit these fine establishments for all of your comic book needs.
All right, so keeping in tradition of our new format here, we have an interview with a man named, he's very famous in the business, and I didn't know he was famous in the business until after I interviewed him, so I felt like kind of a jerk, but that's okay. His name is Ron Marz. Ron Marz did a lot of Green Lantern comic books, amongst other things, for many, many years. And he was nice enough to give me some time at the New Jersey Comic Expo. And here's the interview with Ron Marz. Hey everybody, I'm sitting here with Ron Marz, comic book writer of DC Comics and Dynamite Comics. And so you want to tell me a little bit about your work?
Yeah, I write comics. That's the short version. I've been doing it for 25 years, so I haven't actually had a real job in 25 years. That's kind of the way I'd like to keep things.
Well, my grandmother used to say, if you have a job you like, you'll never work a day in your life.
It's kind of true.
Yeah.
Certainly there are days when this job is more of a pain in the ass than others, but still, I get paid to make stuff up. I still think I have the best job in the world.
So tell me about some of the books that you have here.
Honestly, since this is kind of the end of the convention season, this is just the odds and ends that are left over for the most part. I was in Mexico City 2 weeks ago, and a bunch of stuff went there. But so this is a lot of stuff that I've done in the last few years of my career. One of the newest books I'm doing is Dread Gods, which is published by IDW, and that's through our own publishing imprint, Ominous Press. So that's kind of one of the newer ventures.
Okay. I see that you've worked on Green Lantern.
Yeah, I wrote Green Lantern for about 7 years. So usually in comics you have something after your name in parentheses. Green Lantern is what comes after my name in parentheses.
What stories of Green Lantern did you pen?
I did Emerald Twilight. So when I was the guy who took Hal Jordan off stage and created Kyle Rayner to be the Green Lantern, and he stuck on the title for about 10 years, and the character's still around, and now things have come full circle, and we now have all the Green Lanterns back in the Green Lantern Corps, and it's kind of the nature of comics. Everything is cyclical. Everything changes.
Have you been reading the new books?
Yeah, I have, but it's kind of it's kind of funny that once you become a comic pro, you have nowhere near the amount of time to read comics that you did when you were just thinking about breaking in.
Right.
So the pile of books on the coffee table in my office continues to grow.
What's your your favorite thing that you ever worked on or written?
Probably a book called Samurai Heaven and Earth that I did at Dark Horse a few years ago. It's a historical samurai story, and I've liked virtually everything that I've worked on. It's like I said, it's a great job, but the stuff that's creator owned, the stuff that you made up from scratch, always tends to be a little bit more near and dear to your heart.
Absolutely. Where can people find you? And I mean, they can find all your work in comic book stores probably all over the country and all over the world. But where can they find you personally?
RonMarz.com, and I'm on Twitter. Some of my publishers keep threatening to set me up with a Facebook account, but it hasn't happened yet. But so I'm on Twitter. That's mostly where to find me. It's just at Ron Marz.
Thank you, Ron. I really appreciate it.
No problem.
Okay, so that was Ron Marz. I want to just thank him for giving us the time to talk to us about his experiences in the business. That was really cool. Joe, did you read anything this week?
I did. As I was talking earlier, I picked up the new run of Marvel 2-in-1s.
Okay.
And it's Thing and Human Torch.
Oh, nice. I didn't get I put that on my list, and the guy never pulled it for me.
So as you know, the Fantastic Four have gone missing. Well, not all of them, but Reed, Sue, and their kids go missing.
Mm-hmm.
Thing and Human Torch are kind of dealing with this their own ways. Some foundation starts to make a Reed Richards fund for scientists to go explore and find new places, and Thing's kind of there to accept the award.
Mm-hmm.
After the show, he runs into Spider-Man, who's like, "Hey, what are you doing here?" And he's like, "Oh, I came to support you. This is something for you guys. You're family to me, but I've been a roommate of the Human Torch. We're buddies.
Yeah.
He seems really off. Go talk to him."
Yeah.
And it's a rekindling of the two of them. Dr. Doom shows up, and he's got this orb, and he's like, "This is for you, Ben. It was left by Reed should something happen to him. I've been trying to open it. I can't." And Ben Grimm thinks it's a trap, but it's really not.
Oh.
It's just different protocols. If Reed dies, goes missing, is okay in another world. And it's basically him saying, continue with the family, look after, Johnny, and he shows him this, and the two of them are kind of a team now.
Mm-hmm.
But you find out the Human Torch is losing a bit of his powers.
Oh, okay.
But it was a really good book, well written, great story. It'll probably be the one of 2 or 3 Marvel books that I'll buy this year.
Mm-hmm.
But other than that, it was good.
There's another 2-in-1 book. Hawkeye and Winter Soldier.
Yep.
Did that come out?
I think it's coming out.
Okay.
Or it might have come out already.
Because I asked the guy to put this on my list too, and it wasn't in my folder. So, I've read so much Batman over the past 3 weeks, and none of it is action packed, and it's still compelling.
I just bought the last two.
Yeah.
The date night one.
Yeah.
Oh, it's fantastic.
It great?
Yeah.
Dude,
it's really good.
So Batman, I talked about it a couple weeks ago, decides to get engaged to Selena Kyle, Catwoman. There was an issue where Alfred tells all the boys, tells Dick, tells Tim.
Oh, I missed that one.
Oh, dude, that's a great issue. The next issue dealt with Superman and Lois and Batman and Selena on separate missions.
Yes.
Right? And I don't think Superman and Lois were on a mission, but Batman and Selena were on a mission, and Clark and Lois were doing
Superman
something.
had his own thing. That he was doing his own thing.
Yeah.
But talking to Lois.
Oh, he was talking to her on the phone or something? Okay.
Yeah.
But she was like, Lois was like, Clark, you got to call Batman. He got engaged. You should congratulate him.
Yep.
And Superman's like, well, if he wanted to tell me, he would have just called me. I'm not going to go call him. And it goes to Batman and Selena, and she's like, are you going to call Clark and tell him what happened? And he goes, no, Clark's, I'm not going to call him. And if he wanted to know, he can always call me. And it was this weird kind of like friends that don't know how to communicate to one another, but they're real friends.
Yeah.
And they keep saying, Batman, there's a whole monologue with Batman he talks up Superman so much. He's like, I can never be as good as him.
He's a symbol of hope.
He's a symbol of hope.
He has family and friends.
And he's busy and he doesn't care about what's going on. He doesn't have the time for what's going on with me, and I could never live up to him. And Superman saying the same thing about Batman.
He lost his parents. He could have went evil. He could have been this guy.
And how he looks up to Batman. And somehow they both end up in the same hotel. Was it the girls doing?
I think so.
Somehow they both end up in the same hotel. And they're like, oh, hey, what's up? And the girls are there. And they introduce, like, hi, I'm Selena, hi, I'm Lois, kind of thing. And they meet up. And Batman and Superman don't know what to do. They're just awkward. But it was great. And you think the girls kind of set them up. The next issue after that is called Date Night, which is probably my favorite Batman-Superman issue of the year. As far as, like, that storyline goes.
Yeah, I saw it on the... last week issue, yeah, and I bought both of the tie-ins. I didn't know there was a third one prior, which I got to pick up now.
So Batman and Superman decide to go on a date night as Clark and Bruce and Selena and whatever. They go to this carnival, and the carnival, it's superhero night. So they're not allowed to enter the carnival unless they're dressed up like a superhero. Okay. But they're dressed in normal clothes, and they won't let them in. So they go back to the car, and Selena and Lois are like, don't you guys have your costumes? Just switch. Like, give Clark your Batman costume, give Bruce your Superman costume, and they put it on, and they just don't fit right. And dude, it was hard to read because you're reading.
Superman's wearing the Batman costume, but he's got his glasses on.
Over the cowl.
Batman's all beat up in a Superman costume,
and it's hard to read because you're reading Bruce in the Superman costume talking as Bruce, but your mind's telling you it's Superman. So I'm constantly reading the bubbles twice to make sure who's saying what.
Yeah. And Lois and Catwoman are in different costumes too.
So Selena's in just like a reporter, like her dress, because that's all she had. And Lois is in the cat suit, and she's like, I hope this stretches, because she's not as slender, I guess, as Selena. And they're just going through the carnival, doing carnival shit. Right, and they go to the batting cage, and Superman's like, I could totally throw this by you. Batman's like, I don't think so, Clark.
He goes,
and then they're on the roller coaster, but they're with their girls now. And Superman's telling Lois, I could totally throw it by him. I know it. And he's like, you can't throw it by me. It's so guy.
He goes to Catwoman. If he would throw the ball as fast as he wants, the ball would combust before it reaches home plate, and it wouldn't typically be a strike.
He's trying to convince her that he can actually do it. And it was typical boy talk when boys are hanging out with their girls, and typical girl talk because the girls are like, how could you date Batman? He's so brooding. And she's like, yeah, but that's what I love about it. And it was great. And at the end, Superman and Batman decide, let's do it. Let's do the baseball thing. And Batman fucking crushes this ball off Superman.
But there was a panel in the book where Lois's bag gets stolen, purse gets stolen, and they're all kind of like, really, this is what's happening? So Superman's watching the guy run away, and he's giving Batman coordinates 7 feet high,
95 feet out, 7 feet to the right.
And Batman just throws a baseball and knocks the guy out in the head.
Yeah, it was great. And he was dressed up as somebody. I forget who that guy was.
The Question.
Oh, okay. That was so funny, man.
And they go to get the purse, and Lois is like, how did you see that coming? And she's like, oh, I swiped his wallet when he was stealing your purse, so I knew where he was anyway and who he was.
Yeah, that was so.
It was really good comics. Those 2 issues were good, but I got to get the other ones in.
Yeah, and I picked up Batman White Knight, which is that like offshoot, that Elseworld where the Joker is like running Gotham.
Okay.
And he's based. I like it and I don't like it because it's very political and it's just about Jack Napier bringing down Batman politically.
Okay.
So it's interesting, but it's not very action packed. And you don't always need action packed. Like this wasn't action packed, the Superman Batman one, but it's a little dry. And I started reading Batman in the Shadow, the first trade.
Okay.
I don't know if I talked about this a week or two ago. It's a 5 issue run. I did the first 3, and it's Batman working with the Shadow, and the Joker working with the Shadow's villain, who I don't remember. But so far it's pretty good. I'll tell you when I'll give more of a synopsis when I finish it. But that's all I got for Comic Book Corner this week. Mike, didn't you read the Endgame, or did you talk about that already? Because I know I saw.
I mentioned it. I'm about halfway through it, so let me finish it and then we'll talk about it.
Okay, cool, very cool. All right, so really quick, let's do a little social shit time. It's time once again for your favorite segment. What time is it?
Social shit time!
All right. All right, so this week in Social Shit Time was it was basically a Christmas themed. I don't have too much here, but I have this great discussion between 2 of our biggest fans, Paige and Librarian Kate.
Okay.
So I had put a poll up. If you listened to the last episode, I had put a poll up about your favorite Christmas gifts, and we talked about them on the air.
Right.
And I had said, how come Kate didn't respond? Kate never answered me. I put up this poll 7 hours ago, and Kate never gave me an answer. So she finally wrote, she goes, oh, I totally missed your Christmas gift question. My bad. Anyway, best gift I ever got, my sister got me Snoopy Come Home on DVD, one of my favorite childhood movies, which had been out of print for many years. Paige then responded, then Kate said, worst gift I ever got was bras and underwear from my aunt and her husband, my uncle. This was 1989 when America's First Funniest Home Videos come out. Thought that would have made a good episode. Then Paige says, similar to my nightmare, my first bra was given to me by my grandmother to me in front of the whole family. Some things you never forget, LOL, but at least not on video. Just permanently etched in my memory. Kate then says, first bra? That's worse. I'm glad that's not preserved somewhere outside of your brain. Oh, man. There's underwear and bra talk between Kate and Paige on Twitter, documented on Twitter. Then we must have asked a question about what kind of Marvel movie would you want to see?
Okay.
And she said that Miss Marvel is the one that she...
Oh, yeah, we talked about after
Marvel.
Phase 4.
Marvel, that's right.
Yeah, with after Phase 4?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, what do you want to say?
She says she wants to see Miss Marvel and Gwenpool.
Oh, you could actually get that now.
Gwenpool the movie, yeah.
Yeah, you could.
The series came out.
So I was looking at like a pie graph or bubble thing of what characters fall in the Marvel range.
Yeah.
Hulk is still not it's owned by Universal.
Yep.
And
they can't do solo films of his.
All of the Spider-Man villains are still owned by Sony.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yep.
Spider-Man's still owned by Sony.
Yeah.
But he kind of like falls inside the Marvel circle.
Well, he's being rented.
Yeah,
like Rent-A-Center.
Fox doesn't own the Fantastic Four.
Right.
That's some German gentleman.
Oh, really?
Owns them. Like Stanley apparently, like in the 80s and 90s, if you were like, I got $8, he'd be like, do you like the Hulk? And like you could lease, or you could get the rights to anything.
Wow.
And there's a German guy or family that owns the rights to that, and they have a deal.
Mean that Disney doesn't own the Fantastic Four now?
Apparently, what I read is Disney's just going to be like, how much?
Yeah.
And he's going to be like, what do you mean? They're like,
how much?
Yeah. Because I think that company's evaluated now at like $80 billion.
Wow.
So they're going to be like, how much just to go away?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, Good episode. You can join the conversation on Facebook.com/Dinner and a Podcast. You can check out our Instagram and Twitter handles at Dinner and a Podcast, and email us any questions and comments at dinnerandpodcast@gmail.com. Big thanks to Andrew Brooks for the amazing artwork that he does and the amazing animations that he creates for our YouTube channel. There's a new one up, by the way. It's the Shitstorm, the Alana Shitstorm.
I love it.
Check that out on our YouTube channel.
It was a hit at Christmas.
So, really? You can check those out by searching Dinner and a Podcast on YouTube. And if you want to see any of Andrew's other work, visit andrewbrooksportfolio.com. Want to say thanks to Alejandro Rosado, who made us our amazing artwork that you can see on our profile picture. You can follow him on Twitter and Instagram at AleroArt. Will Shelton for the awesome theme song that you hear. Follow him on SoundCloud at William_Shelton. And lastly, big thanks to Tony Wolf, who is that voice that you hear on all the bumpers during the show. You can follow Tony at Tony Wolfness on Twitter and on Instagram. And until next week when we talk about Star Wars The Last Jedi, I'm Steve.
I'm Joe.
I'm Mike.
Suck it, sail.
Happy New Year.